And we're back. So it was Christmas weekend, and we had pre-recorded last week's episode, and unfortunately things didn't go so well. The Tinker Gnomes were in full revolt. That said, we're working on getting the content uploaded to YouTube. I know the first episode is out there, but we actually had a lot happen during the second episode, so I'd like to turn it over to our bard to give us a recap.
Yeah, sing it. You gotta sing it.
Not gonna sing it this time.
No.
Still fighting off a cold anyway, so that's good.
Fight it, punch it right in the face.
So we started the last episode almost at the mercy of the City Watch. They had us surrounded. We had a bunch of stolen stuff. May or may not have been stolen from us the first time. That's cool. And we were actually saved by the wee boy Neverember, who had some name drops and helped us get out of that situation. And so we decided to be cool and walk him home. But we didn't really get that far.
We walked him halfway home and then abandoned him.
Because there was a shop, and we decided that we needed to buy some things.
Yeah, we got really distracted.
And it was purple, and I get it, and it's Zoblobs, and who doesn't want to go into that place? Us, ever again. Because when we got in there, yeah, he gave me a drum, and it was a beautiful drum. It was the best drum. It made the best noises, but it also released some pretty crazy things. So the first thing that came out was a specter that immediately possessed Otter. You poor man. I'm so sorry. Who hated actors and the circus. And that's what came out after that. There were 4 of them. They were not good performers. So we did.
They thought they were the best performers.
And they were disgusting and exploded, from what I understand, all over the shop.
No, all over me.
Oh,
I shared the entire shop with my body and absorbed all of the sludge.
So there is a great, like, you know, shadow of you on the shop, like cartoony, with just this display of ooze. So we left the shop, of course.
But we kept the drum.
We kept the drum.
Which half of the party totally disagreed with.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful drum, and I won't play it again this time.
It's a pretty pink drum.
It is! It's got all these pretty cute fluffs all over it, and it's my favorite instrument that I'm never going to get to play because you guys are jerks.
Because
no sense of adventure.
Attacked us.
No sense of adventure. So we left, and I believe I wanted to go to bed. I believe Otter wanted to go to bed.
I did.
These guys, though, forced us back into the sewers for me. First time for a lot of these people. Side note, I was raised in the sewers. Most of us don't want to go home for the holidays, and I was no exception.
Oddly enough, after being possessed by a circus performer, I chose to sleep instead of going to the sewers.
We had a rough night. I was dirty. We're all like covered in goo, and like
the best time to go to the sewers is when you're already really in bad shape.
Great group of people here living it up in the sewers. So we go down and twists and turns, you know, the tunnels of the sewer. It's disgusting. It smells bad. It's wet. It's damp. That, of course, is where these wonderful Xanathars are. Which, guys, eyeballs, floating eyeballs, not good. So we go down and we accosted a poor sleeping man, goblin man. He's a man still. Accosted him.
Muglub, he's my friend.
He is. So he got some hugs out of the ordeal, so it was cool. And then we found another one of her old hug friends, which was fantastic.
Then we
killed him. That's okay.
Is this list turning into a
first, kill later?
We did eventually find the very person we have been looking for this entire time, Balloon.
Floon.
Yeah, and he was at the time, I believe, getting tortured.
Yeah.
By an ogre.
Yeah, we did a good thing.
Bugbear.
Huh?
Wasn't it Bugbear? No.
Half-orc.
Half-orc.
Yep.
That's right. That's what my little symbol here means. With fire. He was a mage. Yeah.
I like how she was
And
a
there was
half-orc symbol.
there was another creature in the room.
There was.
This guy.
Who had a sweet little moment as he was leaving, because we were obviously too small for him to bother with. Thank God you didn't try to hug him, because like that would have been horrifying.
Oh, he hugs back.
He was more than 30 feet across.
Thank God, man.
So,
no running hugs. So that's
he
our
looked
guy.
a whole lot like that.
Yeah,
He had the
Little pet brains.
He had the
It's
brain
Inquisitors.
Yep.
I want a pet like that
Intellect
so
of
bad.
ours.
What a cute little pet.
I know they look. I mean, come on.
We were discussing the intellect devour on the way in today, and thought, is it like viscous? How does the brain survive?
If I punch the brain, can it no longer make numbers?
Do you want like a hyper descriptive?
Yeah.
Kind of, because I mean, Krang has to be suspended in liquids. Like,
He does.
Yeah.
You know that means he's gonna like make him appear. And we're gonna have to fight him, and then like
No,
that's gonna be the end of this.
I
You
think
know
this
that,
is a-
right.
How
This is a
familiar
great
with
challenge.
the intellect devourer do you want to get?
not up close.
No, my own pet
No.
intellect devour.
I'll get you a stuffed animal. It'll be better. It'll be better.
So, we defeated the orc.
We did.
rescued Floon.
We
did.
one punched the orc.
One
Yeah,
shot
yeah. You
One
chopped
shot
it in
in.
half.
Yep.
Astrid,
You
more
Astrid
importantly.
chopped it in half.
It almost
She's
made me
pretty
want to
good.
go after the big boss, but then I changed my mind when I looked at my hit points.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, I'm bleeding profusely. Darn.
Yeah, you guys are gonna get us all in so much trouble. So we did actually finally go back to the inn. We made it back to the yawning portal.
Mhm.
My friend was there.
We could sleep, and her old foppish friend was there.
Your old papa's friend.
Volo.
Good old Volo.
That guy.
He's a
Something.
wonderful man.
He's a
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
Define wonderful for
I
me.
was so,
Volo's guide to being
Full of-
wonderful.
I was so excited to meet him, and that just crashed to the ground before I got to know him.
Good.
Yeah,
Hey, never
yeah.
met your idols.
No.
So we returned to him, his friend, as disheveled as he may be,
Mm.
and we got out of this a deed.
Yeah, not the
Mm.
gold we were promised.
Not the money. He
course
didn't
not.
have the money.
No,
Where-
we got the deed for something called Trollskull Manor.
The deed
It
that
sounds
happens to be
beautiful.
on
It
the
does.
line.
Yeah,
It
this
does.
deed.
There's a library in there, guys.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So we've got the deed. Where is it on the map?
Yeah, point it
Can
out on the
someone
map.
point it
It's up
to-
on the It's up on the.
It's
like,
on
top
the
of
map
the north ward.
somewhere.
Yep.
But yeah, so now we have.
We need our star stickers so we can
Yes.
chart out all of
Yeah,
our.
we're gonna get star sticker for
We
that.
Ability.
didn't get star stickers.
Trollskull Manor
It's
on
slash
there.
It's on
Volo's
there.
gift shop.
Volo's
Yeah.
gift shop,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he wanted to sell his books in our store.
I don't know if we
Well,
actually made a decision.
And remember, the reason he offered the reason he's giving you the deed is why?
Because
Couldn't
he
give
couldn't
us
pay
the
us the gold.
Because he didn't have the gold, right?
Mhm.
But he's willing to call in some favors,
Mhm.
sign the property over to you. He's even willing to help with the reconstruction to make it workable again. He's encouraged you to go check out the facility and make sure that it's up to snuff, right? That it's something that you actually want. Otherwise, he can get you the gold. It's just going to take him a little time. But it's something that he jokingly referred to as Volo's guide to loans. And he said, go check out the property. This is something that I think you would all greatly enjoy. You are proving yourselves to be upstanding members of the community here in Waterdeep. True Waterdavians, for sure, indeed, sitting in front of it right now. If you decide that you want the property, and I don't see any reason why you wouldn't, I will call in some favors and we'll take care of the initial costs. You'll have to work with the local guilds to make sure the day-to-day operations are taken care of. I leave that to your fine, upstanding judgment and excessive wisdom.
Mhm.
Yep. So we accepted that.
Yeah. I think we got conned into that.
Yeah.
Is what you're
There's no
trying to
saying
say.
no.
But yeah, I guess that's kind of where we're at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we
So
have.
now we're sleeping.
Now we're
We
sleeping.
did.
Yes.
Finally went
Finally.
to bed.
Yeah.
Wait, are we at Trollskull Manor or are we?
No, we're at the
No.
yawning portal.
I
We
think
just
we're
we
gonna
just
wake up
met
at
with
the end.
Volo.
Yeah.
Just met
yeah.
with Volo.
Just got the deed. Just
Yep.
got his spiel.
Basically,
then-
went back to your quest giver, turned in the quest, got your rewards, and now it's time for the sleep.
Yep.
Yes.
So
we're
as we
sleeping.
Finally.
And then we
as we
leveled up.
dive in, and thank you for the very detailed recap.
Yeah,
It was
I tried to-
excellent, despite lack of singing.
Yeah, I'm
It
so
was
like I
wonderfully
swear,
done.
one of these days I will have my things all written down.
At least
properly.
one episode will include a singing recap.
Yeah, at least.
So something that I want to remind you guys of is, the purpose of the show here, right? Is I want to show our organized play rules and how we run the adventures using those rules and stuff. So the same thing I tell all of my players when I meet them at conventions. That is, if I'm doing something as a DM at the table that you're uncomfortable with, just tell me to move along. You're not cool with it. If there's something you want to see more of, let me know. If you want to see more combat in the games, if you want to see more roleplay interactions, less roleplay interaction, whatever, just let me know and I will adjust to make sure that we at that. I mean, there's story elements, but really it's a framework to get us from our points of light A to B to C, and we fill in the details.
I was not fond of the possession. I would like less possessions.
Yeah, that was really scary.
Less possession, more hugs.
More hugs.
So, am I bringing the mind flayer and the intellect power back?
No.
I mean, it's less possession and more hugs.
That's a good point.
So
Less physical contact with like enemy combatants. Is
just
right.
take away any enemies.
Are we?
Yeah.
Wait, are we just turning this all into like dance battles?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I got a pretty high dexterity. I'll take that challenge, you know.
We have had switching topics very briefly here. We have had our friends over at Beetle and Grimm actually give us shirts.
Yay! Look at that.
So there are multiple sizes there. Make sure you take the size that is right for you.
Oh, yay! That
That's
was
Yeah.
Something tells me that Magpie and Marcellus wouldn't need the extra
Yo, these got dinosaurs on them.
Boxing dinosaurs.
Boxing
Why
dinosaurs.
is it a T-Rex?
Whoa, that's so lit.
Oh, that shirt was
That's
so
cool.
much better than I could have possibly imagined.
Okay.
Do we
I'll
all have to
wear
wear this
it.
next episode?
Yes.
You don't have to. Might look a little weird if we're all wearing the boxing dinosaur shirt. But,
I don't know if the T-Rex
Is that
is
a doozy or a
scared
chick
or
fit?
like angry.
It's gotta
He
be a
looks
chick
like he's
fit.
kind of freaked out.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
I think he looks
amazing.
angry.
They're just very scary.
it's a T-Rex. He's
Thank you,
always-
Beetle and Grimm. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
thank you.
So,
I think that I'm gonna have to frame this because there's a dinosaur on it. And I also just got inspiration for my next D&D character.
Dinosaur boxer.
Dinosaur boxer, yes. Lizard folk.
That's so been done.
So as we prepare to get started with our next section of the adventure, did we have any outstanding questions from the last couple of sessions? Is everything? What you got?
I wanted to talk about advancement points.
Sure.
Just tell me how they work roughly, please.
So when we go through the hardcover adventures, basically we go through, we do our events and all that, and the DM needs to determine like how much time is actually spent in pursuit of the overall story goal, the story objectives. Because we've all played before. We can get sidetracked in really goofy stuff, and for every hour that is spent in legitimate pursuit of those story objectives, characters earn 1 advancement and 1 treasure checkpoint. In our first session we had 4 hours of just dedicated progression. Our second session was about 3 hours. So overall, everyone has earned 7 of each. Now in tier 1, levels 1 to 4. You only need 4 advancement checkpoints to gain a level. So at the end of session 1, you all leveled up to 2. And now you have 3 of the 4 points you need to advance to level 3.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna level up again this session.
If we progress.
Yes.
And
Three is the best
living is
level.
important.
If we can concentrate.
See also exhibit mind
So
play.
it's a very streamlined experience point system.
Pretty much, yep. You get gold when you level up, and something to illustrate there too is during the course of the adventure you may find someone's coin purse. You may find a gemstone that's been discarded or whatever. You can use that during the session. Use it as your bribery money. Use it as lodging. Use it as hush money, or to bribe an urchin to go carry out a little mini mission for you, right? You can't really purchase anything permanent, so even if you find a big old sack of diamonds, as far as Adventures League play goes, you can't use it to purchase a suit of plate armor at level 2 or whatever.
Gotcha.
But you can use that to interact with the City Watch. The Waterdeep City Watch, not necessarily known for being, firmly, dedicated to the role. Coin is king, just saying. Corruption's out there if you need to go that route.
That's very slick.
But you have a lot of freedom with the things that you discover. So if there's something you ever want to try, just ask. I mean, it's a pretty permissive system overall. And the worst thing I'm going to say is probably going to be along the lines of yes, but.
What about, for instance, the spell book that we found?
Yeah. We
can use that in gameplay.
So the spell book, someone, I'm assuming, kept it?
I wrote it down, but I think you should probably.
Who can use magic?
Well, I'm a warlock, so I don't have use for a spell book. Spell books are mostly for wizards.
Sure.
Certainly the bard.
Yeah. So when it comes time,
I'll put it right by the drum.
If you use a spell book, you can scribe out of the other wizard's spell book and into your own. There are rules for that in the player's handbook. We can go over that at a later time if you like. Adopting another or acquiring another wizard spellbook doesn't allow you to cast directly out of it. You still have to transcribe and basically get the muscle memory, right, for how those spells work. We can go over all the describing stuff at a later.
I've got one question.
Yes. Sure.
What can I do in my downtime?
So there are some sample downtime activities. The most common one for a lot of players is catching up, which is jumping from level 4 to level 5. Some people want to do that to stay with their group when they go and play other games, or maybe they just want the power bump. You miss out on potential item unlocks and such when you do that, but it allows you to stay up and moving. Xanathar's Guide to Everything is one of the core source books that does have some additional downtime activities. There's a fair amount of stuff, but a lot of the really attractive downtime activities will cost a pretty decent amount of days, all in all. As far as metagame activities, if you needed, say, spellcasting services, you can spend a downtime day and have a spell cast on you, some of that's located in the Adventures of the Player's Guide. You can have other players cast on you, that's fine.
You get higher level downtime to dedicate.
Yes, that is, if memory serves, it's like 250 downtime days. So it's a pretty significant investment, but you can learn a new tool proficiency, a new language, all sorts of stuff.
I guess my question is, so I'm trying to find more about my grandmother. Could I use my downtime to like investigate?
Yeah, I think that's something that we can work together to craft out.
Okay.
Don't really have anything right now, but we can definitely have something between this session and the next one.
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit at the end of the game about like what you're seeking out of it, and we'll use the existing rules to sort of craft like what that's.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Perfect. 2 homework assignments.
Yeah!
Grandma talk and singing recap.
Yep.
Yes. So, something that I'd like to call out is that each of you have organically developed a character thing over these last couple of games. We have our list of things that have been hugged. We've got some interaction with your rat and your bardic inspiration stuff.
I love your rat.
Just for people who are just now joining us, can we just do a quick few seconds about like what your iconic thing is?
Like your character, who they are, like that shebang.
What's your niche?
A niche, hugging.
Hugging and
I have a
loving.
hug list. It's only got 8 people on it. I'm looking at it. People.
Critters.
Looking at it, only 2 of you guys are on it, so the other 2 should watch out.
What is Astrid's motivation for hugging?
Yeah, like why the hugs?
Generally, I like friendship. Sometimes I'm a little stronger than I. And sometimes, like in the case of Tyson, that tiny little beholder, it beat up a friend, so it went from hug to drowning in sewer water.
So it's like a hug or kill list depending on your mood.
Awesome. One and the same.
I just don't want to. I'm on that list.
You are.
You're the very first.
bestie. Oh yay. The handler.
The handler. Jeez.
I Magpie. I have my little rat Picklewitz has not actually come back after the last time he ran away. He does not go into the sewers anymore because he hates his family as well. Yeah, we have the same family. Unfortunately, I was raised by rats. But that's okay. He's his own thing. Like I love him so much, and eventually he'll probably bring me back something as some sort of. Sorry, I've been away for so long, but I just wish he'd just come back.
Oh.
He's also been drunk or drinking the entire time I've ever encountered
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Like, we'll go into a bar and he's waiting for us at the bar drinking.
I feel like you have a very
Swimming
complicated
is little-
relationship with your rat.
Well, he saved me once, and I
Oh, I can't wait to hear more about this rat.
Yeah, goodness.
more than just a rat.
I'm playing Marcellus. He's a tiefling warlock, and his niche is apparently getting hugged. And also, I think dragging us into situations that maybe only I'm the one that wants to be in, and being like, "Guys, why did you put me here? What's going on now?" Accurate, yeah. And I have puns that aren't actually funny. So that's my shtick. So there we are.
I am playing Agnes, who's a rogue, and she found a book written by her grandmother in Thieves' Cant, which had 100 rules for being a rogue. For anyone who wanted to follow in her footsteps, So I actually printed out. I only have up to 62 right now typed up,
Oh,
but I will have 100, or I have 100 rules for being a rogue that I reference. So whenever we need to make a decision on what to do, we will reference these rules.
We will now. Will
You
we?
will reference those
You
rules.
are committed. And for example, 58 mice make terrible spies. Use cats instead.
They do. They do. They're drunk all the time.
And they've been like, so I wrote them out before we did this.
Yeah,
they've
they're
been
like hauntingly
They've
accurate.
been eerily
Yeah.
accurate this entire
They have
time.
been,
Yep.
So I'm excited to see if that keeps going or everything after
If you, like,
37 was just a
If
bomb.
you think that they like keep going and like it keeps happening, you should write like really good ones where it's like your
I
party
know.
will always find like a bajillion golden knives.
Yeah. In case
And
this
then
is,
you're like, well, that's
magic.
rule 99, Alan. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Look,
Look,
at
it's
these,
a rule. It's written right here.
Yeah.
Um,
I have the source material.
She was a really good rogue. She knew everything.
right.
Yeah.
Level up every session.
But
Yeah, I
my,
gotta level up every session.
my number one goal is to get these typed up as fast as possible so people can't say I did it for the adventure. They'll
Yes,
know that it was
yes.
just a coincidence.
I keep urging you to do
They-
them up and
it's-
then put
yeah.
them on DM's.
I mean, the real thing is it's like, do you really have that much like energy
Yeah.
to do that, to think that much through it?
I got up to 62 typed up, so hopefully by like tomorrow I'll have them up to 100.
I'm excited.
The holidays slowed me down a little bit.
I'm playing Otter Thrud. I didn't expect either of these things to occur, but evidently he will not tell a lie, and he won't roll over an 8.
So when the next time you crit, I can call you out on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you've got your brothers.
I have 9 older brothers. I'm really pumped about this house. My older brother Possum is the only older brother that owns a house up to this point, and
Joining a
he's the
steamed company,
laziest of all of my brothers. So I was a little bit envious.
How do
and
you get a
now I'm
house?
not.
Do you have
Pardon?
your brother's
How do you
names?
get a house?
Yeah.
I have my brothers' names, not memorized, but I have them all.
How do you not know your brother's
Oh,
names,
and-
Otter?
Me personally doesn't know Otter's family. Of course, he knows them. Bear, possum, snake, leopard, puma, rhino, wallaby, James, and mongoose.
Wallaby is a bold choice.
It is. He's quiet.
Yes.
Loves to read.
Excellent.
That sounds like a wallet.
All right. So we've had our discussion with Volo.
Yes.
Volo has offered you the deed to Trollskull Manor. Has encouraged
Yes.
you to rest up and early tomorrow to go check out the area, go review the property, and take your determination from there.
I am up right away trying to get you guys up. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
I just want to sleep in.
So, Trollskull Manor is a boarded up, mostly crumbling facility located in North Ward. North Ward, if we look over here on the map, we have
Is on
Field
north.
Ward to the far north, and then North Ward is the big section just below that.
Yep.
So it houses North Ward houses a whole lot of different businesses and activities. It's median income, so you're going to see some boarded up buildings, but not a ton. You can plainly tell that Trollskull Manor has the potential of being a pretty magnificent place. It's a 3-story building. There's a turreted, like tower-looking section, walkout balcony. It is a corner unit, so you have frontage on 2 different streets. But it's sort of, from the outside, sort of labyrinthine, right? You can look at it and see that it twists and turns a bit and extends down this road, and over on this one you can see where it's been expanded and built onto. So lots and lots of buildings. There are a couple other notable businesses in the area. I'm going to read you some names. If you decide you want to go and check those out, let me know. You have the Bent Nail. Bent Nail is furniture, almost entirely wooden inventory. You have Steam and Steel and Otter. You are quite familiar with Steam and Steel.
Mm-hmm. Love those guys.
Yes, you should. Steam and Steel, the forge here is operated by a married couple, a fire genasi named Embrick and a water genasi named Avi. In your time here in Waterdeep, you've interacted with them, potentially at their shop, I leave that to you, but you've interacted with them for goods, materials, general meetups. There is Coralon's Crown, a herbalism and floral shop. You have the Tiger's Eye. It's a private investigator. oh, I see we have Agnes's attention. So
The
it's
tiger's eye?
yes, that one is the Tiger's Eye. You have Bookworm's Treasure, and that is WYRM. 3 guesses as to what kind of shop this is.
Is it books?
It is totally books.
Oh my gosh!
Well done.
Ding ding ding.
Volo's gonna move in on their territory.
Yeah, right.
Well, this is more for arcane stuff. There are some scribing services available. Not so much spell casting, but the proprietor can make some services available. It's general common knowledge throughout one.
It's like a cool used bookstore, not a Barnes and Noble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. You go in and it just smells like old stuff.
Yeah. Love old
It's
stuff.
like Grandma's house.
Yeah, so those are some of your major businesses within a couple of blocks. And Waterdeep is a huge city, so I mean, if we decide we need to expand further out, I have a whole other thing we can get into. Another supplement that was written that just details out more encounters that we can add all over the city based on board. So, if those particular locations don't capture your interest, if you don't want to interact with them, you want to go straight to Trollskull Manor, let me know. You have a whole lot of options here. Basically, North Ward is yours to explore.
We need to go right to the house.
Can we have a family
We need to
breakfast?
check out this house first.
Let's have
brunch.
let's have family breakfast first.
Yeah.
Can we have family breakfast?
So we can talk
Why
about
don't we cook
this.
That's up to
family
you.
breakfast at our new home?
We don't
Do
even know
you
what state the kitchen's
know
in.
the process of moving into a new living residence?
You walk into
Obviously
it,
not.
and then
Oh,
you
no.
move in.
Never owned a whole house before.
Well, I guess we
It's
can
right by the
just-
steel. I know those guys. They can help us set everything up. We can put fencing up. It'll be wonderful.
we even need fencing.
You don't even know.
We don't even know. We
We
haven't
are
seen
gonna
We even
have
have a, you know what?
The nicest wrought iron fence.
You guys, I
in
have an
all of
idea.
Waterdeep.
I have an idea. Let's just go to Trollskull Manor. How about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Seconded.
All right. Yes. All right. Yeah, we're gonna go. That was my idea. Let's go to Trollskull Manor.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, totally
awesome.
your idea.
Yeah.
Excellent idea.
Awesome.
Cool.
Cool.
So the front door is boarded up, nailed shut.
This is wonderful.
Oh gosh. This is
This
terrible.
is
This is
amazing.
exactly what I expected.
Who carries the party's crowbar?
You do. You're the rogue.
Oh, I get out the crowbar.
Okay.
I am a blacksmith. I might
Was
actually have some
Volo
tools.
meeting us here? Was that the plan?
Oh no.
What?
No.
Did he?
No.
Did he just
I don't
give
think
us
we're
the
ever
keys?
gonna see that
He's,
guy
His
he's
again.
job
at the
is
yawning
done.
portal. He gave you the deed.
So that's just like good enough to be a key around here?
Well, he didn't give you a key. He gave you the deed.
Is
Do
there?
wait? Do we need to fill out any paperwork, or are we gonna get jumped by the city watch?
We have
again?
the deed.
You have the deed.
We're fine.
Okay, well then I totally break into this house.
Yeah.
It's our house.
Yeah.
You can't break into your own house.
I really want to break in.
It's good practice.
Otter, can you get the front door, please?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
I'm already running. As you're like asking that, I'm already running to the front door.
It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. All right. So I'm gonna throw this out. This is actually.
I mean,
Is that our
you want us
house?
to hold it?
What?
Oh.
Yeah. Actually, if you two can hold it. So
That is
inside
cool.
the Platinum Edition
You have
box,
to
there
hold the
is
right
a
side, not
full.
hold the left side. Hey, and hold it this way.
There is a
Hey.
full map of Trollskull Manor, first floor, the garrets, the basement. All of that stuff is in there.
Ah,
Yes.
all right.
Amazing.
So I'm actually going to drop this on the table
Please.
I've had it.
because
Do we
you
want
guys
to
are
use
going to
these
need
handy
to.
dandy waiter downers?
We're probably going to need to. It's been rolled up.
Your unicorn was convenient.
Waiter dollars.
Waiter downers. Yes. I use real words sometimes.
All right.
Ooh, all right. Can you guys see that down there?
Yes.
So
Can you see
as
that
you
over there? Okay.
as you come in the front door,
Yes.
you have
Here.
first
Front
floor.
door, which is
You want a marker?
right here. Okay.
Oh yeah, here we
Ooh,
are.
We start with a tap room. I like it.
Yes. I mean it's clearly a tap
We're
room.
doing
You can
minis.
see the.
We don't actually need to use them, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Why not? All right.
You don't necessarily need minis as we go through. This is mostly just intended to give you a better idea of like what your potential property, actually looks like.
We just
Is the
got
mouse in
real
the tap room
excited.
already?
Yeah, yeah. The mouse already sitting at the
On
bar
tap room.
drinking.
Yeah,
To go in
yeah.
and look
What the
around,
heck
make
took
sure-
so long?
Just
he's
like-
I've been here for
gold.
3 days waiting for the lot of you.
This is
That
worth
was-
more than gold. This is our home now.
If everyone agrees to it, yes.
I'm a little overly excited. I'm gonna start running around.
You have to make his
randomly.
mini run around randomly. He's the one with the big club. No, this one, yeah.
Check out over
Yay!
here. Look over here. Oh, what are these stairs?
Oh!
So as we
You have to take our mini placement very
Yes.
seriously.
He's going up the stairs.
He's going up the stairs.
so as
He
we
runs across and just shoots up the stairs.
as we wander around here, the first floor, you kind of check things out. There's a thick layer of dust all over the place. The The tables are super wobbly. The stools are broken. And
I can
laying
fix
on their
those.
sides.
Thank God.
The shelves where the various mugs and glasses would normally be kept are empty. There are some broken bits from what used to be here. It is very clearly in disrepair. Like the floor is a little saggy.
Oh.
Like I said, the windows and doors were all boarded up, so that's going to need some work.
This place is amazing!
It's a fixer-upper for sure.
With
Look
a
how
quick-
huge it is!
With a quick glance around, can I tell, like, obviously this was some sort of bar prior.
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell, like, just looking around, or could I make some sort of check, try to figure out, like, what type of, like, patronage this bar attracted? Like, was this like the scary people down that we were talking to at the, what was it, like, the scaled dragon or the crawling
So this,
doohickey?
Oh,
when
I don't
you were
remember.
down in Dock Ward.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So North Ward, Dock Ward is going to attract a specific type of clientele
Yeah.
just because of its proximity to the harbor and the docks. North Ward is a little more median income. You're going to get some more casual regulars that come through. Ne'er-do-wells generally don't make it this far into the city,
Okay,
and
alright.
if they do, they're likely bound for some other place.
Think cheers.
If we open this up
Okay.
as a tavern,
You could.
I
Now-
vote that we name it the Crawling Doohickey.
The crumbling
I'm gonna write that down.
So
as well.
that
I have it
said,
written down.
No, if it goes in Magpie's notebook, that's it. It's done. It's permanent now. I messed it all up. I'm so sorry.
So that said, that's actually a really good question, and it gets into something that Agnes had asked earlier. We have a book that we've put out, just a PDF supplement called Durnan's Guide to Tavern Keeping. If you guys decide that you're going to take ownership of this bar, and it sounds like that's pretty much a done deal, everything in that book can be used.
Cool.
And there are new downtime activities. There's all sorts of random activities for bar owners and stuff. The simplest format, if you decide to not go with that, is every 10 downtime days that are spent, we consult the running a business table in the Dungeon Master's Guide, and we recognize whatever happens there. A lot of that just reflects, like, did you bring in a band? Did something awesome happen? Did you have a week of really, really bad sales? Because sometimes those things happen, right? Maybe a competing bar opened down the street.
Then we burned
Oh,
it down.
That's a little too realistic.
I recommend you check the code legal.
And then somebody else burned
Arson
it
is
down
a- there you go.
conveniently. Yes, yes.
Can we have the
What's
mouse run
my
the
alignment
tavern
again?
while we're gone?
So
I
if
swear
you
he
decide to
won't
go that
steal
route, there
anything.
are a lot of other opportunities, things that we can chase down to really personalize this and make it your own. If you want to call it the Crawling Doohickey,
Yes.
that is your choice. The deed
You guys
is
need
to
to
the
not take what I
property.
say so
The name of the
seriously.
property is entirely dependent upon the owners.
Okay.
So we can change the name.
It doesn't have to be Trollskull Manor after this.
Well, let's take a thorough look around Otter, my
Please.
friend, before
Excellent.
we make any.
I'm upstairs already.
Otter. Is he always like this?
Yes.
Yeah, he hasn't changed since he was 3.
So Otter is running up the
explains the tight
stairs.
clothes.
Yeah.
I guess I would like to take a look behind the bar.
Sure.
That's where I'm at too.
I just want to kind of like get an eyeball this place, see if there's any like knickknacks left over from a prior time.
I found the hatch on the floor, and
You know, maybe see if somebody
I'm
left a
rolling
little.
in the basement.
Oh, you're in the basement.
I'm
Okay.
good.
Every once in a while you hear like, the view up here is amazing! Wherever I am.
Otter
I
falls
need to
through
know
3
what-
floors of rotted board.
I need to know passive perception around the table.
Ooh.
Otter,
14.
14. Agnes,
It is 10.
Marcellus,
12.
Ditto.
Magpie, 12.
Yep.
And
What was
Asger,
yours? 10.
14. 10.
Damn.
Claire. Alrighty. Sure. So we're moving around, checking out behind the bar, looking at the floor and the walls and all that. Very obvious that the walls are going to need some repair. The space behind the bar, there are a couple of old wine bottles. The corks have long been removed, so there's just the tarry remains of whatever wine had been in there.
Disappointing.
Yeah, yeah. You do see a small bottle where the cork is still in it.
Ooh.
Hold it up, you can see that it's all separated. So whatever was in there is now a layer of sediment and layer of liquid.
Check it out.
Even with the cork still in,
Does
you
that
can,
work like that? I don't think that works like that.
even with the cork still in, it has a strong vinegar odor.
Ugh.
I'm gonna leave that. Actually,
But you can see that the place has been unused for a significant amount of time, and it's pretty obvious as you look around the corner down there in the far hallway that some people had apparently gotten in here and spent some time here.
Like
Other rooms
squatters
as
or something.
Probably,
Okay.
yeah.
Who's in the basement?
Otter! Oh. Otter.
Sure.
What?
So
Down
Otter,
here, friendo.
you've gone upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Second floor.
Across the floor,
Mm-hmm.
in the dust, you can see written in common, just like someone had taken fingers and trailed it through the dust. Closing time.
Hate that song.
You hear a clatter from down the stairs.
From where
hey,
we're
guys, get up here. Get up here.
Oh,
I go
Who's
start.
following?
I will slowly saunter up the stairs.
Like you own the place?
Like I own the place.
I will shoot past him
I might
and
not
go
be-
right to the 3rd floor.
I might
Whoa.
not be happy about owning the place, but like I own the
Look,
place.
something's written on the ground. Closing time.
Back time.
And I'm still in the basement.
Oh.
You just didn't come.
And Trish, you went where?
Down the hatch.
You went down the
She went to the
hatch down into the
basement.
basement?
Magpie, we
Oh,
don't
so you
travel
drop down
alone.
from there.
Yeah.
Cool. So you are looking
goodness.
around. You see the racks in the wine cellar as you're looking back in there. The racks are all empty, and you hear
From where in that room do I hear that?
the ceiling where the hatch was open.
It closed?
Down here
Yeah.
now.
Nice. Always send the Baron and Cleric off by themselves.
Always.
After you hear that,
Are you stuck?
Hmm.
Ha, ha, ha.
you've been around enough simple machines and things here in Waterdeep to know when the basement latch has been closed.
Yep.
Methinks the crawling doohickey might be haunted.
You don't know this.
I don't know that at all.
So on this
Otter,
on the
when you say that, very faintly, you hear a giggle.
just Otter hears it?
Just Otter.
Okay.
But did one of you laugh?
I don't laugh.
Oh, the same.
Oh, you went all the way up to
I
the
went
next
all the way
floor.
to the next
Yeah,
floor.
she's on
Yeah.
3rd.
Well, if everyone's going on different floors, I want to be on the roof. That's where I want to go.
Hold, everybody,
Attic.
stay together. Stay together. This
No.
is very strange.
I think
Buddy,
it's too
we're
late.
already in 3 separate groups. We've been playing for less than 5 minutes. We've split the party 3 ways. All right, that's
There's a
a
bedroom
that's
up
a
there with just, like,
long
super
lost
crazy
cause.
Wi-Fi.
Alrighty. Oh my gosh, is there a roof?
Astrid, let's collect everyone. Let's go upstairs and.
What do I get to see? Now that
Up in
she's
the
locked
garrets.
into a room.
She's locked down into the basement. You've gone up to. You are here on 2nd floor.
Yes,
Right.
3rd floor.
Oh, you.
I'm the girl with the sweet hair and
No, that
Oh, this
one.
one.
half
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So you're 3rd floor. You've come up here. You can look in that door if you like, and there's a 3rd floor privy that is in dire need
Don't.
of a clean.
I slowly back away.
Next door over, you see the library. There are some molding books on the shelves. Look through. There's the bath, the master bed. Everything up here, like everything is like all the furniture is broken and useless. But for lack of a better term, the bones of the house are just fine.
Astrid, let's collect everyone. I think we need a large group hug to break in the house. Let's make sure we all get together.
Up or down?
Let's go up first.
As
There
we're
we go.
climbing the
Yeah.
stairs, as
Just
we're
grab
climbing
Otter
the
and run up the
stairs,
stairs.
is the floor dusty?
Up here, it is not as thick as it was.
I quickly write the upside down before they come up, and I'm like, look what I found, guys.
Wait, what do you write?
The upside down.
The upside down.
Aw.
I thought you were
Agnes.
gonna be
What do
like.
you think it
Agnes,
means?
I think something's going on here that's very interesting. I think we
No,
need to.
it's not. I wrote it. I did it.
Right.
It would be funny for the joke.
I heard voices.
It was
I-
probably you.
I'm
No,
happy
I
to
heard
find
giggle.
her, and I add
It probably
Agnes to
just
my
still-
hug
You're
list.
getting
You've
hugged.
been added to the hug list.
Oh, God.
Where's Marcellus?
I guess I'm on the 5th, 4th floor ceiling. I'm on the ceiling.
You're on the
You're in
ceiling.
the
I'm on the
attic.
ceiling.
Like
You're
a
in the
spider.
I'm in the what is
Attic.
that? The
You
garrets.
The attic?
The attic. Well, no,
Yeah.
what's that big
says
word over there? It
garrets.
says garrets.
Yeah.
Is that like fancy word for attic?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm in the garret.
So you come up the stairs, and you have there's the big attic storage room, but there's also a small attic bedroom. There's a fireplace, a window that overlooks the street below.
Claimed, and claimed. You can write that in Sharpie.
Oh, this is your space now?
That's my space now. Yeah. So it's because I know that I'm not going to get a lot of exercise, so I know that if I make myself climb, 4 sets of stairs to go up and down,
genius.
I will either just stay up there and never leave my room like a tiefling. Oh.
Or you get your cardio.
Or I get my cardio. Yeah. Okay. I will after I write I get a piece of paper out, write mine, slap it on the door, and then I'll start back down the stairs and I'll go, there's nothing up there for you guys, that's my room, you don't need to go up there.
Excellent.
Okay.
I like how the one person who didn't want the house the most is the first person to claim it that day.
Well, you know what? I'm having a sudden change of heart.
Oh, you love it too!
I don't love it. Love is a strong word. I don't use strong words. I'm tolerating it at the moment.
He's still having like some possession stuff. So we should probably take him to a priest.
Yeah, you need to do a talk.
Yeah, he's
I heard a giggle.
He's hearing like giggles and stuff. So
Yeah.
It's different than before.
Different than before. What do you mean it's different?
I'm just saying.
I wasn't possessed as if no one took over my body.
It's only been like 6 hours or something since you weren't possessed.
That's
Maybe
true.
she's right. Maybe we should take you to get like blessed or
It
something.
could be true. But
Maybe you're cursed.
there was writing on the floor.
Can I like check him for curses?
You can do an Arcana check.
Yeah, I can.
Maybe sort of get a feel for it, but
Okay.
without casting a spell, it would be really, really hard to determine.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally. I'm completely relying on my gut to tell me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
My
an
gut
Arcana
says a 10.
check. Make me an insight check.
An insight check.
Gut check.
An insight check. That is a 8.
Okay. Yeah, you are absolutely convinced that he is possessed, probably by two different entities.
2 different. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I have to talk to you.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah. Come
Okay.
here. And I like pull you aside. I'm
All
like,
right.
he's possessed.
Oh, I know he's possessed.
Gotta get him out of here.
Well, he's gonna be possessed no matter where we take him.
We can't.
The location doesn't change his possession rate.
This is the level we're whispering at, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, and that's about how far away he is. Okay.
So, Otter, you're hearing all of
We
this.
can't open a business with a possessed owner.
Wait, it's like a thing. Everyone's got a thing.
Can I make a
That's
religion
our
check to make
thing?
sure I'm not
What?
possessed?
Sure. We could keep him in a cage.
I don't think I am.
No. I don't think he's like
18.
possessed. Like he's gonna take an axe to the door.
Uh-oh.
Possessed.
Oh gosh.
How do
He's
you
gonna
want
take
to
an axe to
handle
the
this?
door.
Are you just doing this for like a knowledge confirmation, or are you trying to prove?
No, I'm not trying to prove. I just want to make sure it doesn't sound like
He's
possession to me.
Feeling in
What you know
A
of
gut
possession,
feeling, a gut roll.
you're not possessed.
I'm not.
No, that entity left you a while ago.
Listen, ask me.
No,
I am
you're
in
not
full
possessed.
control.
Excuse me. This is an
You're
A/B
not-
conversation.
I can
See you
hear
later.
every word you're saying.
Oh, okay. Well, then.
I am not possessed like I was by the carnival person earlier.
No, you're possessed by like the new second thing.
No, I'm
As
not.
as the party's
Ask me a
current
question
magic
only
user, one of
I
2
would know
magic
the answer
users,
to.
3 do clerics use magic?
Still you.
As the tiefling of the group,
Mhm.
I'm telling you that you are possessed.
Yeah,
I'm
Warlock says you're
intimately familiar with. As the warlock tiefling, I tell you that you are possessed.
Listen.
Excellent.
Yes.
We'll get you down to a priest. They have lollipops.
You know
We'll get
I-
lollipop.
You know I.
Let's go find the bard, and I want
You
I
know-
like
We'll
just
catch
stop
you
in the middle of the
up.
conversation, losing sudden interest, and struck down the stairs.
And
Yeah.
we're done here.
Yes, and I go, come, we will go and find good color purple or something to paint these walls, and take our friend Otter to the priest.
First, but before we do that,
Yes.
can we find Magpie?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen her in like 20 minutes.
Right.
She's probably claimed a room.
Yeah, let's. Okay. Or a room claimed
Can we-
her.
Please, I will go through whatever possession rituals you feel are necessary, but can we find Magpie?
I'm glad to see that you are
Marcellus.
very.
Both you and Otter,
Yeah.
you hear a voice from, you're guessing, at least the next floor down. Magpie!
I'm possessed.
It's spreading.
It's spreading. It's contagious.
I just,
Get out of here! Get
I
out!
just heard Magpie in third person and run down the stairs.
I am now
Found her.
completely convinced that the house has some like bacterial infection that's making us all hallucinate. Whatever little excitement I had for this place has quickly evaporated. I run down the stairs yelling for Magpie as I like aim for the front door.
Sure.
Yes.
And anyone?
Follow. Yeah.
Okay.
This isn't like 9 in the
No,
morning.
I'm not
right?
leaving.
What?
This is all at like 9 in the
Oh,
morning,
yeah.
right? I just want to
Yeah.
make sure we're like introducing ourselves to the neighbors
Early
in the
morning
right
sun
way.
is
You
coming
know?
through the breaks in between the boards over the windows. And
Okay.
stuff. The front door has been sealed shut again. It's been boarded and restrained from this side, and you see "Last Call" scrawled across.
See?
We're done. We're out. Let's go.
I told you it's not
Magpie!
me.
Magpie!
You're a priest.
Did anyone else hear that?
I am a priest.
Did
Yes.
anyone else?
Do we hear that?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm assuming you're.
I'm banging on that hatch.
Yeah, she's banging on the hatch. She's basically she's punching the ceiling. You can all hear something in the basement knocking.
Oh my
Astrid,
God.
can you open the hatch?
No, that's
Astrid,
terrifying.
Astrid, get
Don't
ready.
open it. It's gonna be a ghost.
What do you have? What do you have? Do you have like a sword or a warhammer? Okay, I'm gonna open it up and get ready to stab whatever's in the basement.
Hold. It might be Magpie.
What? No, it has Magpie! You're right! 1, 2! And I rip the hatch open.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it was latched shut,
Oh, okay.
not very securely.
Oh, okay.
So you
Kind of like
flick-
it fell,
yeah,
almost?
pretty much.
Okay.
But yeah, you can kind of flick the latch open and lift it real fast, and you see Magpie.
Guys, I found my bedroom.
What? You can't say the wine.
Gotta
That's not
fix
fair.
the hatch, though.
Gotta fix the hatch. I'm had a lot in the last 20 minutes. Lots happened, guys.
I also believe, guys, that we are haunted.
We are. So there's this big last call awful sign, and like if this was a movie, they'd be playing this creepy music, but we'd be like the terrible like actors that don't realize that there's like something terrible going on. That's what I feel
That
like's
bottle
going
of
on
nasty
right now.
vinegar liquid
Yeah.
shoots across the room, smashes against the wall, and a high-pitched giggle just echoes around.
I also giggle. That was
Control
funny.
your hallucinations.
I would like to attempt to roll an Arcana check to figure out what's going on.
Sure.
And if I don't like what's going on, I might cry and leave and never come back. That is a 10.
Yeah, shit's whack, yo.
Okay, yeah. All right. So I walk out and I go, guys, we are not doing anything else in this house until we exercise it.
I haven't had-
Are we leaving the house?
We are
now?
leaving the house. I
I'm
say
not.
as I walk out by
Hold.
myself.
Hold.
How are you getting out the
Can I do a religion check to see, like, how would I exercise the house?
Good point. I forgot.
Oh yeah, is that
Door's
the door that
sealed.
we came in? Oh, in that case, I'm
17?
So you can work with other priests to perform exorcisms. It's generally a multi-priest, multi-cleric initiative thing,
Mhm.
right? There are spells that would definitely work here. Based on what you're seeing, though, nothing is striking you as being harmful, like deliberately harmful.
Right.
More than likely, whatever is here is more of a I don't want to say playful, but not necessarily a malicious entity.
Right.
More poltergeist than ghost or specter.
Listen, everyone. We haven't been harmed
Were it
yet.
a ghost or wraith, it probably would have just come out and attacked.
Right.
Guys, I have really bad news.
what?
I just read that deed.
What did it say?
It says that we're responsible for all undead dangers or otherwise that come from this house. It specifically states.
We
Hauntings undead.
Volvo
It's
conned
in the
us into owning a haunted tavern.
Always read the fine print, guys.
I want a lawyer. Where do I get a lawyer in Waterdeep?
So let's take care of this.
Actually, lawyers are not allowed in Waterdeep.
What? Is that like a thing?
That is a thing.
Oh. Explain.
Generally, it's because law is closely associated with devils. In the site, as far as the lords of Waterdeep are concerned, twisting the law to their own nefarious ends. So lawyers are not allowed in the city.
This is a lawless land.
Oh no,
friends.
they have all the law
plenty
they
of
need in the
laws.
code legal. If you need any help interpreting that, consult the City Watch.
Oy vey.
I don't know if we have to exercise it.
I don't know if we
I
need
just
to
wanna, like-
exercise it. We
Maybe,
need
like,
to
maybe come
let's
to a-
stay together and see if we can find out the cause.
You are saying out loud that you don't think this is like a malicious spirit?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. We could use it as a guardian once we tame it.
I actually think it's
Or
quite
bribe
endearing
it.
and could be a mainstay of our bar.
We're gonna name
A
it
reason
Casper.
for visitors to come.
Wow, you really all right.
I mean,
all right.
Pretty
Spirit-
entertaining.
There's the air around you feels warm and comfortable.
Oh.
I'm getting
He's
haunted
peeing
hug.
himself.
It's a haunted hug.
He's peeing himself.
I would not pee myself.
If it hugs
Does
his
he look
face.
any different? Do we see anything, or is he just like I feel
He
warm
just-
all of a sudden?
You see his face relax a little bit. He looks a little more pleased with himself.
I feel like
Whatever
Avenado
you-
has blessed this area, and this is where
Why don't we visit some of the local shops and ask them if they know anything about the history of the house?
I think that's a really swell idea.
Can we walk around first and just see if
Didn't you
See if
like
there's clues in the house.
Didn't you like sprint the
thank you,
whole
Magpie.
top to bottom like the second we got in here? Wasn't that your bit?
I was arguably overexcited, but
Okay.
now I am more calm, and I feel a benevolence here that we need to let's investigate further and make sure.
I'll tell you what. I'll start. I'll show you guys my room, so you don't ever have to go in there again.
Excellent. Let's all pick rooms. shall
Okay, and I will like start up the stairs, and as I do, I want to like shout jokingly over my shoulder, "Whatever you are, spirit, stay out of my room," and then just like start up the stairs to where I'm going to like.
I'm gonna go where. So he wrote closing time. Well, I say he. Be female.
He.
It could
Could
be.
be any kind of ghost.
Female.
The
They might not
entity.
have genderless. Yeah, maybe they don't have a concept of gender.
Underneath where they wrote, it wrote
You like
closing
that?
time.
Mhm.
I'm gonna write. You have no idea what you just got into.
That's on second floor, right?
Yeah, and then I'll follow him up.
Okay, so yeah, I guess
And we're going all the way up to
basically,
the attic?
basically, I think what we want to do is like a montage, like exploration of the whole house.
Yeah.
Is there anything that like we have missed or?
Not really. I mean,
Okay.
you don't see other like scrawled messages or things, but more importantly, you don't see any new ones as you go room.
Right.
Okay.
Hi.
I believe we are welcome here.
So, Otter, my friend,
Mm.
you are experienced in the art of carpentry and such, I assume.
Blacksmithing,
Oh,
yes.
yeah,
Close.
exactly
Yes.
the same thing.
Structure
Yeah,
things,
you build stuff, right?
Mhm.
What do you think this place is? How much work do you think we have to put into it to get it running? I know absolutely nothing about running a business, but I'm very excited to get it running by like tomorrow so we can start making money.
I believe it looks to be about tomorrow might be early. I'm thinking 6 to 12 months of hard labor.
oh,
to
yeah.
get it
So
up
that-
to.
On that note, you've been in Waterdeep long enough. Magpie, you've been a resident of Waterdeep in one way or another for most of your life. Getting anything done in the city usually requires the involvement of the various guilds.
Mhm.
The guilds, look at them like unions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you need some plumbing work done?
Plumbers Guild.
Call the Plumbers Guild. You need some work done on your basement? Call the Cellarers Guild. You need some wall work done? Drywallers Guild.
Mhm.
I thought Volo was taking care of that.
He will, but he's willing to call in favors to get those things taken care of. He's also made it clear that he doesn't have time to arrange.
That's like a false promise. So we're on our own.
Yeah.
Well, then you know what? After we do our quick little tour of the house, I think you were onto something. I think we should sort of explore the neighborhood, see what we can find out about the property, and then maybe maybe we should go to like, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but 6 to 12 months of hard labor sounds like something I personally cannot
We
finance.
can pay people to do. It
Do
doesn't have to
Do
be
you
our
have?
hard
Do you have?
labor.
But that's the thing is, what I was getting at is, how much money do you have to pay hard laborers?
Well, remember,
One.
Volo.
I
have
I got this.
one dragon. Well, Volo has said that he'll take care of the initial build, right, to get the place back up and running.
Okay.
You would just need to interface with the various guilds.
So
and get it
so
taken
it's
care of.
basically like we're billing Volo,
Pretty much.
and we
He'll-
just okay.
He'll call in favors to get those things taken care
Oh,
of.
perfect.
If you decide, and remember what he told you, now that you've seen the property, if you decide that this just isn't for you, he'll get you money. It's just going to take some time. It's easier for him to call in favors than it is for him to procure additional cash.
Listen, we can use Volo to get this place up and running. Just
Okay.
have to organize it. It's better than waiting on money that we might never have or see from him at all. And this could be a source of income for us forward.
And I really believe all we have to do is get the tap room on the first floor really up and running to be able to monetize it.
Oh, I thought you were like, that's just the most important part is getting the beer in there, you know? So.
I mean, it is.
We live
Yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah.
Is that the mouse talking?
It
Yeah.
is. Every place needs a lot of booze to make it through a day. So, but I mean, we can just block people from going upstairs until we get the in rooms.
Well, if
Oh,
I'm
maybe
looking
there's
at
even enough.
this correctly, if I'm interpreting this map correctly,
Mhm.
the first floor is like it. The top 3 floors are like a separate.
Yes.
I mean,
It's
we
like
might
a-
need the.
So the
Oh, yeah,
business
'cause these
is
are
the
the
first
food
floor.
Yeah, so
you
the,
get your
the,
kitchen,
the,
your
the
pantry,
second
your
and
tap
third
room.
floor is like our house. It's like
Yeah.
Yes.
it's not for them. It's not for like the public.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's our living space. It's not like the tavern has hotel rooms for people to stay in. It's just a tavern, and then our house is on top. of
When
it.
you look
So
at
it's like
your
a business house complex.
when you look at your map, The stairs to the residence are actually outside of the building.
Oh,
I'm just so
That's the wall.
excited.
So if you decide to go that route,
You can
and
barely tell you're a business owner.
So
if you decide to go that route, and you do wish to open the business and live here, you could renovate
on
first
that
floor
note, I'm gonna
initially.
see a 20-year
The
history on
stairs to the
property
residences
and-
are all on the outside.
So
So then you get up into second floor, and then you've got your common room here, and
I would like to point out that Magpie is below the business now. She has claimed the living
Yeah.
quarters
I feel
behind.
better
Underneath the bar. That'll be a
Under
nice
the bar,
quiet sleeping
yeah.
area.
All right, well let's make a to-do list. Let's hit all these little businesses around here. Let's ask them about the history of the property, and then let's head to the yawning portal and try to get. If we're gonna do this, let's do it
this.
Yeah.
because I now see this as a really great way to raise my social prestige within the city, and you're all going to help me.
Is
And
it-
I think you'd all be really good at helping me. Do
I
that.
agree. I think this is what we were meant to do.
And you are going to be such a good bodyguard hugger. I can't.
Ooh, I'm gonna bounce the door.
You're gonna bounce the door. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get you a sash that says "Hugger are us" or something.
guys,
like
rule
that.
number 54: make sure the passwords are easy to remember. That's your job.
That's her job.
Yeah, because she's the door.
Or my
She's
job.
the bouncer.
Oh, okay. So we need to pick an easy.
so is there a
password.
passcode to get into your new town?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be that
It's
type
like-
of.
yeah.
It's fancy. We're not
Speakeasy style.
not
Okay.
nobody can come in here. You know, you got to be somebody to come up in here.
Okay.
We don't know what that kind of
No,
somebody
we'll-
look like yet.
We'll
but-
let anyone in, but like it's a cool marketing.
Oh yeah, it's like hey, like
It's exclusive.
you look
Not everyone
really
can
good
get
today.
in.
Like,
Yeah.
say something nice about yourself. Oh, I like remember to eat breakfast. Yeah, good for you. You
I like sunflowers. You're in.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remembered to take my vitamins. Self-preservation's good. Awesome. So
Let's
The
go.
name of
Is,
the
is,
place
is
is
it
Daily
furnished?
Affirmation.
Is it furnished?
All the furnishings in here are,
It's
are
bad.
useless.
We're gonna-
They
I-
are bad.
I have a list to have stools and tables.
We need to go to the furniture store.
We do.
So you do have a couple
The
local
bed nail.
businesses.
the bed nail
what's our
for
plan here?
carpentry.
Yeah.
I have
We're
a
gonna
great idea.
well, I
when we
mean-
have our opening day for this business, we take all this like junk scrap leftover furniture and we have a big outside bonfire and we have a beer garden. You're just running a business simulator now. This is a business simulation stream.
We actually wrote a whole book about that.
Oh,
So-
beautiful. All right. Let's crack at
We
it
should
then,
check
y'all.
the code legal for open burning.
Yeah, what?
I'm sure arson and burning.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere
Arson, can you-
separate. Remember
Well, isn't
interpretation
arson,
of local
like,
laws.
malicious?
Right, right.
Watch.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll have to talk to the city watch.
What shall we name it? I'm all excited now. Like,
You
what are we
already
gonna
said
name
the
it?
crawling dude.
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
I have it.
What about
What's your
what
mouse's name?
Picklewitz's
Picklewitz.
haunt?
I was gonna say I need something.
Picklewitz and pints.
Picklewitz and pints. That's pretty
Picklewitz's
good.
pints.
Picklewitz.
Because that's fun to
I like
say.
the illusion.
Picklewitz's pints.
Pints.
Picklewitz's pints.
If
All right.
you can't say the name, you're too drunk to be here.
And then our
Yeah.
that's so good. Write that down. Write that down. And then can we get like we're gonna since we're going to become a very important entity within the city, when we evidently become crime lords and create a gang,
Not looking forward at all. Yes.
we need to figure out what we spray paint on random symbols. Too. So I'm imagining a mouse
It's a little
drowning
mouse symbol?
in a beer
Yeah,
cup.
yeah.
A mouse drowning
A la
in a beer
Dumbo,
cup, like
you know?
upside down with
Little
X's on its
hiccup
eyes. All right, with
If I may make a suggestion,
yes,
a mouse or a rat hoisting a mug.
I can dig it.
Maybe not drowning.
Make
Oh,
him
maybe-
not drowning.
Maybe
Always
not make
follow
yourself
the
out to be
DM
villainous.
suggestions.
Oh yeah.
Just a thought.
That's a little bit more dock ward, less north ward. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Sorry.
Dockward, that would totally fly.
Yeah. it would. But write that down anyway. I might, maybe a secondary location for 3 to 5 years down the line once we're hitting our green numbers.
Oh, once,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
once you start
Long-term business
franchising.
plan.
Exactly. Once
It's
we
the beer cart
franchise,
that
yeah.
we take
And
out
then
from
we
the
have a Volo book signing. Ooh, somebody make us a Facebook event page for our grand opening.
So where do you guys want to go first?
I think Otter said he wants to go to the bed nail.
does.
Ooh,
Yes,
that
we should
sounds
go to
good.
the bed
Yeah,
nail.
let's
That's the carpentry place.
Yeah.
Yep, the furniture shop.
Let's go to the furniture shop.
Furniture or furniture?
Furniture.
Furniture.
Hopefully both.
Sounds real bad if you slow it down and enunciate it. Like that.
Furniture.
Furniture.
Oh. Well, if you say it like that, it does.
I thought the house was creepy.
Yeah, you haven't been our dungeon
Words-
master.
Words are hard, yo.
Yeah, you're at the opposite end of the table, all right? You get like 4 people deep of.
There's plenty of filtering.
To the bed nail. Huzzah!
Okay, so we're
Huzzah.
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 That's like our like fade sequence keyword, you know, to our next scene.
So we are leaving the manor, and we're gonna go check in with local businesses.
Bye, ghost.
Yes.
Mhm.
Wait,
Are we able to exit?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are we? Are we just like, all right,
You
we
can
forgot it
remove
was
the
locked.
board.
Okay.
I just
It
did
was
it'll back up.
barricaded from this side, but it wasn't like 8 nails holding it shut. And
When you
whatever
say
else.
barricaded, do you mean
security
like
system.
stuff was just like stacked, or like someone like took nails
Like-
and a hammer?
Like a board was just put into retaining bracket to hold the door.
Okay. I thought you were like, yeah, you guys disappear for 5 minutes, and it's literally there's like 6 2x4s nailed to the freaking wall, and I'm like, how did that happen? Okay, that's less.
It's
that's
quarter-inch
less terrifying.
diamond plate over where the door used to be.
Oh, awesome! Yes, I forgot we were playing Tier 4. Ah, beautiful. Right to the bent nail.
Excellent.
Okay. So the bent nail is down. It's down the street around the corner. Tally Fellbranch is the owner and chief artisan of the Bent Nail. It's a half-elf carpenter and wood carver. Looks up and says, what can I help you with?
Hi. You have the expertise in what we're doing, my friend.
Yes, I've worked with metal, not wood.
This
but
isn't
yes.
that the exact like it's you.
It's
you
so
build stuff.
We are looking to furnish our new home, previously called Trollskull Manor.
Looks at you.
Beautiful place.
All right.
So
You have my attention.
I think we're gonna need like 5 tables and like a dozen chairs.
Sure.
Can I roll an insight
Sure.
on that response? That's gonna be a whopping 5. So
Yeah.
I'm sure he's
keenly interested.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Have you
interested that
seen the
he's
place?
interested.
He says that he is quite familiar with Trollskull Manor, although it's been probably 12 years since anybody lived there.
Can you tell us of its history? You know anything of it?
Sure. It has a pretty open tap room. As long as the floors haven't fallen in. I mean, they were in danger of falling in when the place closed down better than a decade ago. So you're probably going to need to get some work done there. Probably the roof. So I think there were holes in the roof. There's definitely problems in the basement. Well, you're here for furniture, so we can just talk about that. They never really had real high quality furniture, but it always had that homey sort of feel.
I don't think that's what we're going for this time around.
No.
No, remember we have a bouncer. We have
Right.
to have fancy furniture.
We can't afford fancy.
We're not affording it. Volo is.
Oh, we're charging all this to Bolos?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's the-
best you've
We'll
got.
take the best you have.
Yeah, we want top of the line. We want imported Chilton dinosaur leather couches.
He says that he's not
That
an
smell of
upholsterer, but
cinnamon.
he can give you a reference to someone in the upholsterers guild.
Yes, please.
Yes and
use-
yes.
Use my affiliate code.
Yeah, is that a discount, like a 10% off code or
Who
rep
fixed
referral?
the floors? Does he fix? Do you fix the floors, good sir?
No,
Carpenter?
he's not part of the Joisters Guild.
The what?
Joisters.
You
Joisters?
just specialize in furniture.
Yeah, like the joists of a.
So, like,
Floor,
if I
ceiling.
want somebody to install a door, and I want somebody to make said door, and then I want someone to put a lock on that door, is that 3 separate guilds I'm going to?
I can craft the door, but you'd have to get someone from the door hangers guild to install it, and then the locksmith guild to actually put a lock on.
Is there, like, a guild's representative to talk to the guilds for you, guild? So that I don't have to keep track of the 75 people it takes to make a door.
No.
He says that he laughs. He's like, "That's a more common question than you might think. It can be confusing web to navigate. Ask around with each contact you make. Ask for a little more direction. What I can tell you safely though is that if you miss a step, they'll let you know,
Okay.
and not in a good way.
Oh.
The Guilders.
Well, if
Capital
you attempt to
T,
put your own lock on the
H-E-Y.
door, then just be aware that things might happen. Your lock might fail."
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So can we start some of the furniture now so that we'll be able to take it to the upholsterers later?
Sure. He just needs to know what you need, and
I don't think we're prepared to give a like full
order.
quota of
no.
things we would need right now, but we just
Mechanically
wanted to...
speaking, like I don't need the full list. If you just say, "Hey, we give them a list of what we think
Yeah.
we need," that's,
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah,
Secret
tables,
departments.
chairs, at least to
Yeah.
start off with.
Yeah.
Does anybody want
Maybe
beds?
for us to sleep in?
Yeah.
Wardrobes.
Yeah.
And I want like a really cool coat hanger that's like a Triceratops fighting a Stegosaurus. Since apparently now we're on this dinosaur kick because I said Chult.
Strange number of dinosaurs in this adventure.
Triceratops
When?
fighting what now?
In like the last 5 minutes,
We
or
talked
like
about dinosaurs a bunch so far.
when did we talk about dinosaurs?
There's been like 3 episodes of dinosaurs.
Yes, it's true. The
Oh.
references are there.
Beautiful. All right, well then yes, never mind. I don't feel bad. Yes.
Stegosaurus.
Yes, so a Stegosaurus fighting a Triceratops is a coat hanger. Like, in combat, and you just, like, hang it on their spikes and on the horns. It's a piece of furniture if you, like, interpretively...
Can't that just be the
Translate it.
chandelier over the table?
Then you hang your coats from the chandelier.
That would be
That's what the candles
that would be awkward.
It's an interpretive location now.
Well, that may be, but hanging your coats from the chandelier. I'm assuming you're going to be using candles for your chandelier.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Chandelier.
I'm not telling you how to run your business, but
We
it sounds
could-
like a fire
We
hazard.
could hire a bunch of
And an intentional
gnomes
one, which
to
would
sit-
probably put you in violation of the code legal in some way.
Ah, yeah, you're right there.
What family lived at the
Yeah, that's a good
manor
question.
before us?
Oh, the previous proprietors?
Yes.
Do you have their
The,
names?
He says that it was a merchant group, some Shao guy.
Ow.
Yeah,
CHOU.
SHOU. It's people, right?
Oh, like-
a nationality
okay,
from
okay.
the Far East of Pharaoh.
Like saying, like I don't know, like Asian or
For
like
us, it would be
Japanese,
like
yeah.
saying someone is Chinese or they're German.
Okay,
or whatever.
okay.
Those are the
Gotcha.
previous owners?
Yes.
Are they? Is that a
It
human
was a group
subrace?
of Shao merchants that owned the place. They entrusted their barkeep life to actually oversee the daily operation. Basically, they owned the building, and Life managed the day-to-day operations.
Life?
Life. What happened?
What happened?
Yeah, what happened? Why did they close up?
Oh, he turned up dead one day.
How dead? Like
Where
how
dead?
did he die?
Yeah.
Super dead.
Well, they say that he kicked out some Zentarum, and I mean it's nasty rumors. I don't want to speak ill of the Zents. He looks around, big nervous laugh. I don't want to speak ill of the Zents, but they say that the word is that Life kicked out a bunch of Zents for getting rowdy, and wouldn't you know it, next day, dead on the bar, big knife sticking out of his back.
On the bar? He died in the tavern?
Yeah.
Someone died in our tavern.
It was real sad.
Did you not think that happened?
There's a spirit in there. Of course somebody died in there.
Yeah, well, you know,
He was
it
real
could've-
attached to the place. He
Was
was
he,
really the one that kept it up and moving.
What was he like?
Was he a giggler?
He a giggler.
I don't really know. It's been a long time. Maybe?
Interesting name, Life.
Yeah, for one who's dead.
It's ironic.
Yeah.
Can't
Did you
change
hear
your
boy
name.
giggles
That's
or
like-
girl giggles?
I believe they were girl giggles. Helen, is that girl giggles?
It was hard to tell. It was sort of
Genderless
distant
giggles.
and high pitched.
Distant and high pitched.
Do you know much about Life? Not in the
That's a very deep question.
It is.
In a noun sense of the word.
He says that he didn't spend much time with Life. Life was generally pretty busy managing the day-to-day operations of the bar. He spent a lot of his time behind the bar itself, but could often be found working with the various guilds of the city to ensure that the linens had been changed and that the dues to the innkeepers guild had been paid and that the locksmiths were taken care of appropriately so that the locks and all that would be appropriately in good repair. Working with the brewers guild and the butchers guild to ensure that they had fresh goods coming in regularly, so on and so forth.
So he was running this establishment for the Shao.
Yes.
Are any of them
The Chens, I think they were.
the Chens?
Yeah.
Are any of them still around here? Like, did they, like, when he died, did they just totally lose interest in having this base of operations in any capacity, or
Fei Chen happens through Waterdeep every now and again.
that Chen?
Oh yeah.
Oh, does everyone get that?
I have no idea.
Okay, good. I'm not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only one.
That was
So-
an out of character recognition. That was not an in character recognition.
So actually, it can be an appropriate in character thing. Fei Chen Enterprises Limited is known throughout the realms. Do you want to explain a little bit about what Fei
Please.
Chen
Yeah,
does?
so Fei Chen is a magic item trader that travels across the realms, and he shows up at special events and conventions across all over the place for Adventures League, and he usually offers really cool downtime day activities you can't do anywhere else, or he'll trade magic items with you, or have like special things that you can buy from him that you couldn't find elsewhere.
So like when you're in the Adventure League and you're playing, there's special events that happen?
Yeah, if you show up at a like a game day at a store.
or a convention.
Yeah.
Or at a convention.
So you don't mean like a convention in the game.
No, like if you go
show up to a
if you go to
It'd be
like
tricky
if you
to
go
write,
to a
but we could
convention,
probably do it.
physically, no. Like you physically as a person can take your Adventures League character to a convention, like I don't know, like Gen Con, and you can go and you can play and trade with Fei Chen. And so Fei Chen is this like fabled trader throughout the realms that you can
That's
interact
so cool.
with. So that's another thing you could use all those downtime days for. Is you could go to like a local convention. Yeah.
And when we approve Fei Chen for like conventions and such, there are, like Jesse was saying, there are magic items that can be traded. Some magic items that you can only get through Fei Chen. There are generally also like pets and mounts and sometimes other property deeds without all of that fine print. Like, you own a butcher shop in some small town on the Sword Coast. Go do your thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So cool.
It is very cool, and it like a lot of the downtime day activities really add a lot of like flavor and background and like enhance what your character's done. Like I had a character that was adventuring in Cholt, and he ended up having a property on Cholt, and that like ended up being this whole facet of his background. So yeah, it's super cool, and it adds on.
Awesome.
And like if you're watching this, you probably have a convention within driving distance to you that you may or may not be aware of.
Pursuant to that, actually, one of our big opportunities for it is Winter Fantasy, coming up the second weekend in February in Fort Wayne, Indiana. If you guys are available, come down. It's a good time. Cool. It's almost exclusively dedicated to Adventures League events. Like, there are other games too, but 95% of that show is AL.
Could we bring this character?
Absolutely. And you'll be done with this story by that time, so you'll all be tier 2
if we live.
If we
Yeah.
yeah.
You're making a strong assumption here.
Or I know some really great Michigan conventions too. If you wanted me to hook you up, just
That's so
talk to me
weird.
later. Yeah.
It's like one of them would be ZishCon?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one of them's
I've
mine,
never heard
but
of
yeah,
that
we
before.
might have some cool stuff too. But yeah, so the fact that we are now owning an establishment that was previously owned by Fei Chen.
By the Chen Consortium.
By the Chen, Industries is like insane, and that means we should just like rip the walls out because this place is packed with things. We tear the whole place down. It's gotta be filled with. I mean,
can we get in the
you-
walls?
I think we're gonna have to
really.
no matter what.
Again, that was like Jesse, tear the walls out. Marcellus does not want to tear the walls out because I don't know which guild we'd have to freaking contact to put the walls back up. So Marcellus says no unless we talk to the wall touching guild, and they say we can do that. So
I mean, as long as I want to just be able to skip a demo guild.
skip a what?
A demo guild.
Oh no, it's
A demolition guild?
Yeah.
I looked all of it up.
But what if there was an accident?
This is watertight.
Then you have to call
alright?
the accident guild, and they tell you what kind of accident you have.
Yes.
Yes.
The Insurance Adjusters Guild must also be.
Oh my god. Too many guilds. And then there's the guild, which is when you want to make a new guild, you go talk to them.
The Guild Masters.
Jeez.
So what happened after life passed?
So after life was murdered in the facility, Tally goes on to tell you that it wasn't ever the same. The Chen Consortium arranged for someone else to come in, and the place had it had a dark cloud over it. It lasted maybe another 4 or 5 weeks, and then just shut down for lack of business. Wow. The Chens boarded it up and walked away.
Well, I mean, at least
It
could have been a worse way to
Trollskull
end it
Manor?
previously. I mean, I guess
Right.
a murder's a
Just
pretty
kinda came
bad
with
way
the
to end
building,
it,
really.
but well, I don't know.
Well, you look around and like other businesses in the area, like the Haunted Hare.
It's an
the
old
Golden
city.
Unicorn. It's words that people throw together. They often mean nothing.
Zentrum really took the life out of this place.
That's terrible.
You're fun.
And he looks around. He's like, "Don't let the Zents hear you say that."
No.
Yeah. He's like, you need to leave now. Well,
So yes, let's get furniture. Are we still?
Oh,
Yeah.
we did. We gave him a list.
yeah,
Good,
we
good,
gave
good.
him
Thank
a
you.
list, a invisible list. That's exactly what we needed, and we knew we needed it after being in there for. 10
And it
minutes.
did include a coat rack that with a Triceratops fighting a Stegosaurus.
Excellent.
Yeah,
That's
and
nice
we decided
fancy
it's a
wardrobe.
dinosaur themed bar.
That's perfect.
Yeah, so
Because of the shirts we already.
because of the shirts. yes. This is actually all Beetle and Grimm's
Staff
fault.
shirts.
Thanks, Beetle and Grimm.
Tally, can you suggest someone for walls and floors,
Floors.
and ceilings?
The Wall Guild and the
The Wall
Ceiling Guild
Guild.
and the Floor
So,
Guild.
the Joisters Guild.
The
The
Joisters
Joisters
Guild.
Guild. Yes. Do you know of someone in the Joisters Guild that you can recommend?
He says that he can he doesn't generally work with those guilds directly, but he'll see what he can find out for you. You guys he says that you're all at the manor now?
Unfortunately.
I'll swing by with some information later on.
Great.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
I think that we should
Can we go
Bake
see your
him a
friends
pie.
now?
what friends?
We have friends.
I know them. Yes, the Steam and Steel. I'm working up to Abry at the Steam and Steel Forge.
Is it Ovi?
Ovi?
I wrote Ovi.
Real good friends.
How about
Embrick and Ovi.
Avi, yes. Is it an
Avi.
A? I liked it with it. Oh, it looked nice with it. Now it has an A. Okay.
Yes, I don't know what work we need from a forge though.
I
It's just
mean,
you're
really,
familiar, you know
really
they're in the
cool
area.
accent pieces for
yeah,
the wall.
the chandelier.
Polo is paying. Let's go.
Yeah.
We're gonna need.
I think
grates
it's
for
I
the
think it's safe to
fires.
say we probably spend the rest of the day running around places and
Playing errands.
chatting with people,
So-
getting stuff going.
Yeah.
I think that at some point, if you guys want to do it together, we can. If we wanted to like split up and have like one group keep talking to like all these local businesses, I think it'd be cool to head back to the Yawning Portal and see if maybe we can find out. I don't know. Maybe Durnan has some tips and tricks for us for running a tavern. You know?
He's gonna sell you his book.
Durnan?
Durnan doesn't have a book.
If Durnan had a book, I would
Yeah,
happily
yes,
buy it. If Volo
Yeah,
appears, I will burn
Oh,
his
his guide to
books.
tavern keeping? Yeah.
Oh yes, we do need Durnan's
I do want that. Yeah.
to guide to tavern keeping, but I don't know, and just see maybe there's some other hubbub around. If we're gonna be in the neighborhood, we should get like in crowd. Like where do the hipsters hang out?
Mm-hmm.
Those are the up and coming crowd.
So
where are the
the-
Waterdeepian hipsters?
The hipsters are likely going to be along the northern border of the Castle Ward,
Okay.
moving up towards the Sea Ward.
I think that's like a good, like,
Good
you
word
know,
here.
young millennial
Yep.
crowd, lots of money to appeal to.
You
Ha
know,
ha ha ha.
they're near the park. They've got a good view of the mountain. Yeah, generally think better of themselves.
Cool. Yeah, I think those are the.
Yeah.
Let's chat with
So-
Durnan and see what he can. And that's the other thing. Let's see if there's anything happening in the city, any big events, because we should totally, as any good business owner would tell you, you should be involved with your community.
should
So let's
pick a
see if there's
name
like some
first.
celebrations or other new
Sure.
businesses opening around that we could attach ourselves to and
Okay.
try to do stuff.
So, are we doing anything with Steam and Steel, or are we just kind of bypassing and moving along?
We can stop by there
If
and
you wanna,
say
yeah.
hello.
Yeah, let's stop by.
Right.
I'd like to get a few items
Okay.
started,
Assuming I'm, know them through the guild. so-
Yeah.
like lamps and stuff. They'll be able to do the
Yeah.
metal work around that.
Yep, they can provide all the basic metal work for it.
Yeah.
Embrick and Avi are very happy to see you. They are members of the most careful order of skilled smiths and metal forgers, something that takes many years of practice and application and reputable sales history. Want to make sure that your Yelp reviews are good. But they are very pleased to see you and ask what brings you to Northward.
We just moved into the neighborhood, actually.
We have a house.
Oh, is that so?
Yes. Trollskull Manor.
Oh, the manor. Good luck.
Thank you. Yes, we do think it's very good luck.
Indeed, yes, totally what we meant.
Oh, Otter.
Do you know of it? Obviously.
Yeah, it's one of the largest buildings in the neighborhood. Glad to see people are getting back into it. It's been vacant for a long time.
Yeah, we heard it was owned by the Chen Enterprises earlier.
What?
Yep.
Oh, what was? Did you have something?
That was a
Caught
snort
your
of derision.
Huh?
That was a snort of derision.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Embrick, when he snorts out, there's just a little tuft of smoke
Not,
blowing out his nose.
not very fond of Fei Chen, are you?
No.
Well, it's good.
He's
You don't
shifty.
have anything to do with
Don't
them.
trust him.
Don't trust Fei Chen.
Oh, I don't trust him as far as I can throw him.
That's not
Or
very
his
far.
brothers.
He's big dude.
How many brothers does he have?
4 or 5, maybe
Maybe
more.
4 or 5.
Otter's like, pish off.
What can he? We didn't get it from them. We got it from
Volo.
Yeah.
What do you know of that guy?
Volo? Don't trust him either. Trust him more than I trust Fei Chen.
Did he do something to break
Volo?
your trust? No, Fei Chen.
Oh, Fei Chen just abusive sales practices.
Really?
High pressure, always going for the lowest common price. You get what you pay for.
Are you saying that some of the items in the house might be of poor quality?
I'm telling you, the entire construction is poor quality.
Ooh, yum. This is great.
Good thing Bolo's paying for it.
Yeah.
He better not.
I had when you unrolled the map, I had this like spring of excitement for running this place, and everyone keeps saying you're running that place, and I'm like,
It is-
oh,
So the both of the Genasi, they say, look, it's a great location, and the general frame of the building is fine. It's just everything inside that's problematic. Gut it, make it your own.
That's what we intend.
Once it's yours, the history doesn't have to come with it.
Mhm.
It's a completely different place. Well, I mean, the dead body.
yeah, we heard about that.
You talking about life?
Yeah, Arnica.
Yes.
What do you know about
They
him?
didn't leave the dead body in there, right?
Well, theoretically, the watch got rid of it.
I mean, it wasn't in there when we went in there, so
We heard that he was murdered by Zentarum, potentially.
Could be. I mean, the Zents get accused of a lot of things. Could have been the Xanathar Guild. And Avi laughs and leans in. She says, could have been the watch.
How often do people get murdered in this neighborhood?
When they're belligerent and screw up. You just got to be careful who you talk to. Like anywhere else in the city, don't make your true feelings known about certain things. Zentarum, Xanathar, maybe leave the Blackstaff out of it. That'd be a wise
Who's
decision.
the Blackstaff?
Blackstaff.
Basically the mage protector of the city. So like the ranking wizard that looks over and watches over, protects Waterdeep, keeps the enchantments that keep dragons out of the city up and active. Word is that Blackstaff also has some degree of control over the walking statues. That's why you don't see him walking all over the place, right?
Fucking statues.
there's walking statues in this
So
city.
there are
sounds
huge
amazing.
statues throughout Waterdeep. There are, I think, like 8 of them, and the legend is that they will animate and come to the defense of the residents if the city is under a dire enough attack.
That is so cool. We should trigger a dire attack.
No.
I want to see
Maybe
these.
not the thing you want to do.
No.
We should make somebody else and then save the day. I like it. I win.
like,
I get to see the statues. I save the day. It's a win-win.
It's like it's like Hogwarts
It's like, that's
in the last
dope.
book.
That is so cool. Okay, all right, that's awesome. I'm
So yeah,
enjoying
the
that.
residents of the city know that there are the huge statues. You may not know like all of the history of them, but you know they're out
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
They don't normally walk around.
No.
Like,
there. No.
people haven't seen them walk around.
Some people
a
will
long
say that
time.
they've seen the statues move, but yeah, most of it is just that's just Bob. He's drunk.
Above. Okay.
Bob's gonna be a
Well,
regular.
I
To
think-
give a sense
yeah.
of scale, I'm going to pass this around. Don't worry about the stat block, but at least check out the image.
Read the stat.
Yeah, that's big.
So I think that basically we're gonna give Embrick and Avi like a list of metalworky stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, whoa, that thing is huge.
Chandeliers, lamps, coat hooks, fire grates,
All dinosaur themes.
latchworks. Of course.
If it's metal in the place, we want them to make a new version of it.
Triceratops coat hooks.
Yes.
Could be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Oh, this is gonna be the coolest like rainforest cafe ever, man. It's gonna be
That's
so
really
dope.
cool.
I'm just beyond I got excited again. Don't let me get excited. Everyone hates this place.
It's a cycle. It
all
goes
of
up,
our
it goes
neighbors
down.
hate this place. It has a terrible history.
Not for long.
Not for long.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Your optimism. I don't share it at all.
Right?
What are we thinking, guys?
What was the other place you wanted to go?
I wanted to eventually head back to the yawning portal and maybe chat with Durnan and see if, because he seemed to be pretty upfront. See if there was anything else that, you know, maybe there was something going on with Fei Chen and the Zed here that we should figure out a little bit more before that. And maybe these people that are surrounding the area don't want to talk about it because they don't want to like bring down ire. I don't know. Durnan just doesn't seem like somebody who's scared of other people. He chopped that troll in
Right.
half with a
Yeah.
sword.
Yeah.
So I don't
Durnan
feel
has
scared.
seen some things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't feel scared talking to Durnan about touchy subjects because he's not going to get in trouble for it. And if I like hide under his apron, neither will I. So
We could also, so that's a good idea. If we need knowledge, we could also go to that bookstore.
oh, the
Right.
book, the
Yeah.
bookworms.
Bookworms treasure.
Or the
Yeah.
tiger's eye, because he's a private investigator.
Oh yeah.
do have
Oh,
that.
I'm going to the Tiger's Eye.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the right opportunity to be like, all right, hijacking.
Yeah.
We're going.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and this is now my backstory campaign.
Okay.
Oh,
We're
this
going
is now
to
your
the-
backstory campaign.
Yeah. I mean, I think it would probably be easier to find information about the neighborhood from that face than it would be for reading all those books.
The tiger
From-
guy?
Yeah.
All right, I'm so excited.
All right, let's do it.
this.
We'll
It's an
let
intro,
we'll
too,
let we'll let
right?
we'll
It's
let
an
you
introduction.
can lead on this one. You
All
can,
right.
yeah, you can talk to him.
Before we walk in the door, I do like a quick just to make sure I look really cool.
I need 2 volunteers.
I'm in.
1 and
There
2.
you go.
I need each of you to roll me a d10.
I did that. An 8.
2.
8 and 2. Okay. That's good. Do that thing. So an event happens.
I like events.
As we're like wandering the
I-
streets back and forth,
Oh,
kind
we're
of
just,
checking
like,
out the
hanging
neighborhood.
out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
assume
because you're
Simone
heading
figured
over
that
to
I
the tiger's
blow
eye.
this
Okay.
out of the water. I'm so cool that
A
I
kraken.
made an event happen, guys.
Yeah. Your grandma comes out of nowhere and kills us all.
You
Rule
see,
number 1!
you see a somewhat formally dressed half-elf woman come up to you. And she says that clearly you're all new here. Waterdeep can be a busy, complex place. It's a network of guilds. There's the city watch to contend with, and if you're adjusting, then you're not thriving. I can help you with that. I can interface with the guilds on your behalf if you retain my service.
She sounds like a pop-up.
What's your name? Oh, she does sound like a pop.
Click here.
Yeah. 100th visitor. Click OK now.
She says that her name is Kai.
Kai. K-A-Y. K-A-I.
K-A-L.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah, we would love you to come
Are
and hang
there
out with
any credentials?
Yeah,
perhaps?
what's your resume
Since
look
you're
like?
just a stranger on the street,
Walking
just
up to
happens-
us.
who just
Agnes, she
happens to be
seems-
exactly what we're looking for.
She seems terribly trustworthy.
Consider me as something of a marketing specialist.
I want to
For you.
Yeah.
insight, I guess.
Sure.
I hear
See
ear
if
quotes.
she's
Does
lying?
anybody else hear ear quotes?
Just everywhere.
And that would be.
Nice roll.
What am I adding?
Insight.
What am I
Insight.
doing?
You're rolling an insight check.
All right. Oh, sweet. 14.
So the way she's presenting herself, it's basically she's offering her services as a solicitor. She's charismatic, seems to have some street sense to her. If you can tell her what it is you need, she can help line up and get those meetings set
I would say-
with those representative guilds.
She seems legit.
You don't like it's a marketing thing, so you don't really know what all you're getting into, but you're pretty sure that she's on the level.
I would say we give her
Yes.
like a test
You're not in
run.
there.
Like, here, go do this, get this done for us, and if you do this like successfully,
Volo's pay.
we don't want to just let some random half elf into our like.
Well, remember Volo's
establishment.
deal was to pay the initial cost to get it up and moving. If you're hiring services to get things up and moving, that's not part of it.
We'd have to pay for her.
Correct. She says that her rates are 2 gold a day. 2
That's
dragons.
that's pretty cheap.
Reasonable.
Is that cheap? I have no idea if that's actually
I
cheap.
feel like it's affordable. For
I
us.
equate a gold dragon to like a
Amazing.
US dollar, so I'm like, that's cheap. But I don't think
it's-
that's what it is.
No, that's really not.
Okay.
A mid-grade room in an inn would probably be 15.
She's really expensive.
Yes.
That's a lot of that's a lot of.
What do your services entail beyond bringing together the union workers, the guild workers?
She can make sure that you get the best deal and the best arrangement possible.
Mm-hmm.
She will work on your behalf to ensure that you get only top-level artisans and members of reputable groups and arrangements, such as, and she points back at Steam and Steel, your friends at the most careful order of skilled smiths.
I say let's do it. Chances
Bonded
are,
and certified employees is what you're looking for, and I can make sure that you get them.
And I want quality. Like, I don't want to.
I
We
still
are-
think we
we
should
are
give her.
high
I think we
taste.
should give her a
The
test.
gnome has a
run.
discerning eye.
yes.
We should, like,
If we do
wait.
it, we're gonna be arrested by the end of the
If
day.
she's 2 golds a day, how many days are we looking
That's
at? She
the-
said
don't-
6 to
I
12
don't know how much
months.
money we
That's
have.
lots of
Well, so as
I had
level
no
2,
idea,
as
though,
level
really.
2 characters, when we all leveled up, each got 75 gold.
Yeah.
So at the very least, between all of us, what is that? 300 gold.
Gold was made to spend.
So that's 150 days. What is that? Like 6 months
It's 12 gold a month.
Yeah.
For each of us.
per person.
Is that right? 260. Yeah, 60 divided by 5 is 12
Well,
gold.
we let's pay her by the day. We don't gotta like sign a contract saying we're
Right.
keeping her for 6 months. We'll pay her if we need her.
It says, in general, my services are usually retained a 10-day at a time.
That's okay.
20
yeah,
20
that's
bucks.
fine. Yeah, cool. We'll do it.
Yes.
Yep.
Done.
Okay. So mechanically, what that means is sort of this can all be handled off screen, right? Where she can interface with the group of you, figure out what you need, what guilds you need to interface with. Should we need to do any checks for the next 10 day, you've got advantage on those checks when dealing.
Great.
So if it comes to negotiating or insight or what have you, she's working on your behalf and feeding you information about those guilds at the same time.
Great.
So that you can go into these conversations informed.
Awesome. I love it.
Make sense?
Thanks, Kai.
Well done.
So
Not bad for a random encounter.
Yeah. Nice roll.
we would give her the list though of 2 places we've already been.
Oh yeah.
Vent Nail.
I'm assuming we sit down and have like a couple
Yeah.
hour meeting over what we're
Right.
expecting, what we need her to
That's,
do.
that's up to you. I mean, you have her services for a week, so it doesn't have to be right now.
Okay.
We might as well get her started.
Or you
on
can
it.
just set a time. If you're dead set on going to Tiger's Eye right now, you can just set a time to meet with Kai later.
That's up to you.
And just much like downtime activities and purchasing equipment and stuff, it just happens as a meta thing.
And not as part of the live stream where we're building it.
Right.
Then let's just head to the Tiger's Eye and we'll
Sure.
deal with
Yeah.
her later.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just assume that we talk to her about important things.
Very important.
Very important.
The most important.
The most
Super important.
It's very important that you understand the dinosaur theme that we're going for.
Yeah,
It is.
apparently that we're going for.
She has to have a firm
She's got to be
appreciation.
nice to our
Yeah.
ghost.
And it's a mix of
Oh yeah,
cretaceous
No,
and tell her
Jurassic.
about the
allowed.
ghost.
Just you're not allowed to hire any companies called InGen. Just so we're
Oh,
clear.
okay.
While we're working on our dinosaur bar.
She is not familiar with them, but she'll keep it in mind.
Awesome.
So,
Private Eye.
okay. So, make your way over to the Tiger's Eye, private detective. That place, yes?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. The building on the outside, mostly unremarkable. There's a sign outside that's orange and black, featuring a cat's eyes. Opening and heading inside is clearly you're walking into somebody's apartment. The walls are painted in dark shades. The curtains are drawn. There are flickering oil lamps. So the place definitely has a feel and a scent to it. The door is open when you get there. Not like propped open, but you can walk right in if you like. But you kind of crack the door. You see that it's like walking into somebody's home. Are we entering or...
You're leading. This is your gig.
Okay.
We're letting you. You seemed very enthused about this one.
There is
so.
a sign outside, right?
Just
Right.
that
Yeah.
black
Why are we
sign
here
with
exactly?
the cat's eyes on
We're
it.
just like introducing
Information.
ourselves to the neighborhood.
Finding out more information.
She wants
Yeah.
to. Yeah, she wants to chat. I know you wanted to talk about your grandma, and then obviously we wanted to talk about the manor.
Well, yeah, I wanted to hire him. We can do it off screen or on screen, but I wanted to hire him to investigate my grandmother.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll walk in.
Assuming it's him. We haven't actually met the person.
Oh, yeah,
yet.
that's
Okay.
Yeah, I walk in.
Okay.
Very slippery.
There's there's a you hear some things getting knocked over from behind what looks like a changing screen. Some blurred activity, and a fairly well-dressed human male steps out around the outside of that. Introduces himself as Vincent.
Vincent? Hello, Vincent.
Hello.
This is a nice establishment you have here.
Well, it's
like it.
both my home and my business. I try and keep a clean place.
One can tell. We just moved in. These are my compatriots.
Hi, Vincent.
Yo.
Hi, Vincent.
I hug Vincent.
He's a little.
I wouldn't
squirmy.
fight the hug. Don't fight the hug.
Nobody fights
He's
the hug.
he's a little squirmy.
I apologize in advance about the hug. As the hug's going on.
So that was more contact than I anticipated. What can I help you with?
Well, we wanted to introduce ourselves. We're your new neighbors.
Mm.
We didn't bring anything. And then I had 2 points. One, I wanted to hire you for a job.
I'm
Secondly,
listening.
if you ever spy on any of me or my friends, I'll come back here at night.
Did you just say I want to hire you and then you threatened him?
Well, I want
No,
to hire
come
him,
and
and
visit.
also don't come visit. Like, don't spy on us. We're 2 birds
He's
with
a
one stone.
private eye, not like a secret
all
agent.
Clearly, miss, you have misjudged what I do.
That may be possible.
Do you know what a private eye is?
Yeah, he's a detective.
Why would he spy on us though?
If
Someone
someone,
could pay him to spy on us someday.
Don't.
I am,
It seems premature.
I am hurt on a deep emotional
Guys, I
and
got this.
professional level by such accusations.
I'm not saying you're doing it now. I'm saying just don't ever take a job like that.
That would be a conflict of interest. It truly would. I try and keep my clientele separate. If someone were to approach me asking for investigation into your activities, I have to decline them.
Can I charm him?
Why are we charming him?
I would make him do it for free.
Yeah, if you're willing to go up against the flogging
Oh,
penalty.
yeah.
That's excellent. It's good to hear that you've got great work ethic. Work ethic.
There are words in there.
There are words in there. And, I mean, so I'm somewhat in the biz myself. And that's why I wanted to let you know that I would be able to know if you decided to do anything that I needed to know about. I would know. So let's talk about the
Clearly
job
words
I
are
need
difficult.
to
When she says that, I would like to remove myself from the establishment.
Yeah, speak on the
He
door.
laughs a bit. It's like a rumble. Then
We're all kind of backing away.
I would like to wait outside at this time.
You, as your friends are leaving the room, he smiles really, really big. I'm listening. Go on.
So, the job I need.
Mm.
My grandmother, rogue,
Yes.
of, I believe, some esteem. She wrote a book. Probably haven't heard of it.
Good for her.
Only one copy.
Probably haven't heard.
And I would like you to find out more about her. If she's alive, if she is in the city,
Mm.
and what gangs she's connected with.
Oh, gang affiliations.
There's some, I
That
have some
sounds
evidence
decidedly unsavory.
well, I mean, we all hope that she's not part of the gang, but it's my grandmother, so you don't know for sure.
Say, I don't often have clients come in accusing their own grandmothers of gang members.
I mean, I'm sure it's for a good reason.
Oh, that's what they
All
all
I'm
say.
saying is that you can't not look under every possible situation. I mean, if she is in a gang, I'm sure she's the leader because she's amazing.
So you're asking me?
I
I
understand.
need you to hunt down the leader of the mafia.
I understand that you are connected to this request. And it is possible that I may be able to assist, sleuth around a bit, find what you need. But that request doesn't come easy, does it?
Well, it depends on how good you are at your job.
Well, sometimes you've got to ruffle a few feathers. I'm good at doing it. Maybe make some enemies. See, I got no reason to believe someone's going to want to take a bite out of me, but sometimes investigations are best handled by third parties. You investigate that for me. Look into your grandmother.
Let's hug. Yeah, let's hug about it.
Done. So you guys, none of you guys are still.
No,
in
we
the
are
building, right?
outside.
You guys
Like
are outside.
I'm like looking at my wristwatch. Like, what are we doing?
I
We're gonna be
would
late
be
for our
happy
train.
to offer my group's assistance on behalf of, say, this trade of information. We're
Mutually beneficial exchange of information.
yes, we're incredibly capable. I am sure you could tell from the 5 seconds that you saw us.
Lies.
Yeah.
He
I'll
grins,
speak
just
yeah.
big grin.
It's how discreet do you need this investigation to be? Because that seems to be our one challenge.
At least we're truthful. At least we're truthful.
It's well, I mean, it's going to take a lot of information to pay for the extra discretion.
You're new at this, aren't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Clearly. So, ensure that nothing happens to my home or to my person for the next 48 hours. It's done.
That's all we have to do? Guard your house for 48 hours?
That's all you have to do.
Super easy. They're going to be so excited when they hear how easy
That's
this job
easy.
is.
Too easy.
Excellent.
He says that he has errands to run. He'll be arranging that through intermediaries.
When does the 48 hours start? Like right now?
Look at my wrist. You're on the clock.
Excellent.
This guy is rude, and I do not like him. He's getting a 1-star review.
I think he's amazing, and I will write a 1-star Yelp review for you.
We're in the same business.
All right, so I'll leave and come outside.
Gotta go.
Is there
Before you
anything else?
leave,
Yeah.
he taps your shoulder. He says that be aware things that are out of place in the neighborhood.
How would we know that? We've been here for 20 minutes.
We're out of
This
place
is-
in the neighborhood.
Well, remember how the neighborhood's been described, like you know,
Mhm.
median income, more basically more blue collar than anything so far, right? He says that it's possible for nobles and aristocratic folks to come through this area from time to time. They don't stay.
Yeah, I'm sure
Keep
we
an
can.
open mind.
I'm sure we can solve that mystery. All right.
Okay.
I try to walk out looking like I totally bossed that conversation.
Do you have to roll a performance check for that?
Like, I obviously won that discussion, so I come out.
Yeah.
I'll face you guys. And I get good news or bad news,
Bad
or good
news.
news and good news, really.
What?
Give me the bad news.
Yeah, what's the actual bad news?
We have to stay here for the next 48 hours.
We have a list of things to do right now.
Well, that's a good thing we hired that person to do it for us.
Kaya's taking care of those for us, but why do we need to stay here for 40?
We have to stay here for 48 hours because I accepted a job that requires all of us to be here.
You
accepted
got
a
us jobs?
How many
Oh,
monies?
we aren't- oh, it's for free. We're working for free. Not really for free. It's a trade.
All right, Volo.
So
So
it's one of those. We do a favor for this guy. He does a favor for us.
And
which
what is
I
the
already-
favor he does for us?
He's looking into Grandma Gertrude.
your grandmother?
How is Grandma Gertrude's history a beneficial thing for us?
Maybe she's rich,
And maybe she's dead.
and maybe she's dead.
Then what does that do for us?
When
At
we
least
know.
we'll know.
At least we'll know.
At least we'll know. Will somebody please back me up here?
Agnes's grandmother.
Agnes
Agnes's
is like, we're
grandmother-
doing things. I enjoy things.
She made you really good pot pie.
Agnes's grandmother was a wonderful woman. She disappeared suddenly.
So
It
not
has
so
been
wonderful.
A family
So,
question.
Agnes, I want you to respect your wish to know what happened to your family member, but don't you
I
think
appreciate
that the literal day we acquire a business and jump into starting to repair it and set things up and advertise for it, it's sort of not the right time for us to accept a position where we cannot move for the next 48
I
hours?
thought you told her to say yes to the quest.
Huh?
No.
I would like to let everyone.
Jesse might have said yes to the quest.
No, listen.
Marcellus says no to everything.
I would like to remind everyone
Oh?
that I took a face full of drum goo yesterday. Right to the face. From demons.
Is it?
For her drum. And she didn't even know what it
Yeah,
did.
okay.
And I was possessed by carnies.
I'll be here for the 2
He was
days.
possessed by carnies.
And I'm possessed by idiots.
I still don't care.
Oh! All right.
Well, look at it this way. Our home isn't exactly in perfect sleeping order.
I was gonna say, like,
This isn't a bad place to stay.
I will begrudgingly go on this mission with you as long as like guarding his home allows us to like lounge in his living room.
Cal,
Right.
I don't wanna.
We can.
It's good practice as a bouncer. You can stand outside.
Yeah, you can bounce the door. You can show us how good you'll be at bouncing the door at the tavern.
Jen wants to remind you that you need to use your words nicely.
Wasn't that
Because
nice words?
Esther takes everything very literally.
Oh no,
What
she's
did I
going
say?
to bounce the door.
It keeps her occupied.
But if anything in this house gets ruined, we lose this job.
He did not say
I
keep my
am
house in spit spot
Really
clean.
excited that you are excited about this job.
I'm also.
Bouncing is more like guarding. You're guarding
So
this place.
the
this
job
business
is to keep
establishment.
his house safe for 48 hours.
Hmm.
So bouncing the door in
It's
a
more-
literal sense probably isn't what he meant.
It's more
by
like
it.
hugging the house and
No!
protecting it in a good way, a friendly hug.
I
You're
imagine
gonna
we're
need, like,
having this
forecasting something.
conversation like in the middle of the road,
Right.
just like loudly talking about this, about hugging doors and bouncing doors. And people are like, "Oh yeah, those are the new Trollskull Manor owners. Don't they fit in lovely?" I mean, I guess you've agreed to it.
It's already done.
Great.
We're actually already on the clock.
Oh.
I would like to go buy a tent so I don't have to
I'm
sit
sure
in
we
the
can
road.
stay in his house.
Can we stay in
Well,
his
I
house?
feel like
Oh
some
no,
of us
that
will
wasn't
have.
part of the deal.
That was not part of
Yeah.
the deal. He wants us to sit outside his door.
You said that you've already made it clear that you've purchased a residence here in the neighborhood.
So
How
we're
are we-
supposed to guard this house while sleeping at our.
Listen,
house.
we just have to make sure that nothing happens.
The
to
execution
this
of that
house.
plan is not for me to mandate.
I need a
far
We
is
can
it?
have one person here guarding the house.
All of these places are within block and a half, 2 blocks.
Do we
But
still
you can't
have?
see it
Is he
from
still
our house.
here? Or is he?
Yeah,
like,
he's
can
still
we
inside.
just talk with him now, or is he gone?
He's
You
still
can go
home
back
if you
in.
need to knock on the door.
What exactly are we?
Yes.
What do you feel your house is threatened by? Just so we have an idea of what to look out for.
Difficult to say exactly. Sometimes in my line of work, make friends. Sometimes you don't. Those friends or otherwise have very deep purses.
So everything?
If I were under some dire threat, then potentially sky's the limit. That said, anyone worth their salt in such an endeavor would probably attempt to blend in an open eye
Is the front door the only way in and out of this place?
that you saw in your,
Are there
your
windows?
brief entry.
There's no windows.
He had curtains drawn over the windows and stuff.
How many windows are there? This
There were
isn't-
2 facing the street.
That's all that there are
Is there
attached to
a
his
behind?
house. Okay,
Big
so
place, small place.
Fairly small.
Is there a behind? Or does it
Other
butt
buildings
up
bump
directly
to it.
to?
Right,
He-
so front
he-
door is the main thing.
Front door is the main thing. The buildings here are all like 2-story, 3-story, a couple of 4-story buildings. You're all somewhat accomplished people so far. I mean, if he's asking you to keep an open eye for potential assailants, you've already run into evidence of the Xanathar Guild. You've run into evidence of the Harem. You've got the streets. You've got rooftops. You've got plenty of things to look.
How about I stay here, keep watch, and you guys like go do your thing, and then check back with me later. We still have the Twitter. Can I tweet you guys?
No. Oh, the little
we
bird.
used it to talk to
You
You used
Volo.
to
Bird.
talk to Volo.
Oh, what a
I don't think we
waste.
should. More people should stay here. Then we don't know what we're up against. We
And
should-
it, right, just a reminder,
majority
it's
of us
like
should stay
winter, right?
It's an unseasonably warm winter,
Okay.
but
You mean like
yeah.
yesterday here?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, winter is normally pretty cold in Waterdeep, but it hasn't had a firm freeze yet.
Climbing,
Let's-
athletics, or bats?
Athletics.
Let's hold tight
Going on the
here.
roof.
We've already
Probably.
We've already put everything in order that we need to for the house. Let's just stay here for 2 days. Get the
Stay
whatever we need
outside
done.
the house for 2 days.
We can rotate.
Let's rotate.
Is there like a
sleeping.
bar or a coffee shop or a bakery right across the street from this private eye?
There's private residences.
I wanted like a cafe,
Hungry,
like
yeah.
a Starbucks I could sit in through the window and like drink my coffee and watch the door.
I'm
Starbucks
guessing
of
you
Waterdeep.
can't see.
Yeah, Starbucks of
You
water.
can't see this place from
It's
Trollskull.
not from Trollskull, no.
Shifts of 2 every 2 hours rotate.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Who wants to be first?
Who's got athletics?
Who's got not me?
I've got no perception, but I'm killer at athletics.
Oh.
I really think if the only way
good.
really into this
That
place
might not
is
be
via the door, the front door, and then there's
Actually-
2 windows on the same side.
We don't know what's on the roof.
How tall's the building?
Oh, you just like want to check the roof
His
out?
apartment is up on the 3rd floor, and there are some other 3-story buildings next to it. The 2 buildings directly across the street are 4-story. There's some 2-story ones that are surrounding that.
So he's on the top story of this building?
Correct.
Great.
So the roof is going to have to be one of the places.
Alright. Can we see it from like across the street, top of the roof? Like a vantage point, angle wise?
I mean, they're 3-story buildings, so we'll really be able to see things on the roof from the ground level.
Right.
The streets here are only maybe 15 feet wide. Wide enough for horse and cart. Not like you've got to have 2 lanes of traffic.
Yeah. I think that if we just have someone posted outside his door, I mean, if a window shatters or something, you're
What
gonna
if we
hear
just
it.
stay in his apartment?
He said we can't.
Yeah, he's
He's
not.
not.
He made it very
25
clear we're not
athletics to
welcome.
climb
He's-
up on the roof.
What?
I shoulder my pack. I go camp out on the roof. I
Okay.
live here
Okay.
And we'll rotate the front door.
Yeah, and that's what we do.
Oh.
For an indiscriminate. 48 hours are up. Yeah. Until something happens or the 48 hours
Okay.
hits.
So we'll put that sort of in a holding pattern. Right?
Okay.
So we've got people that are watching this. What are the rest of you doing during that time? You have the remainder of the day. There's, maybe 5 or 6 hours of actual activity time.
On my break, I'm going back and cleaning. Like, I start just
See, that's
going
beautiful.
at it.
Sure.
Thank you, buddy.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm actually going to wander the streets and see if I can't see any of these aristocrats in disguise that he keeps talking about.
Okay. We'll resolve that in a bit.
I'd like to knock on the neighbors' doors of this guy's place
Mhm.
and just see if they've seen anything weird lately.
Most of them just shut the door on you.
Not
No
sure.
thanks. Not interested.
Go figure.
They would have
There's only
enjoyed
one
it.
weird thing I've seen today. Slam. They don't really give you any other real insight as to oddball things that are going on. They say that the most concrete thing you get is that someone heard a bunch of activity coming from Trollskull Manor earlier this morning.
I don't know anything about that.
That place is haunted.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they say the old barkeep just died there.
Yeah, that's pretty much dead on.
Do we know how long
Dead
ago that
on.
happened?
Dead on.
What's it?
Thank you.
How long ago life died?
They said about 12 years.
Just died.
Just keeled up and died.
Just the other day,
With
12
a
years
big
ago.
old knife coming out of his back.
Yep.
Keeled over.
Just keeled right over.
Time's short in a city
Yeah.
as long as this one, so I would like to go to the awning portal and get absolutely roaring drunk on my breaks and chat Durnan up for any who's is what's its happenings around the town.
Picklewitz follows you.
Picklewitz follows me. All right, me and Picklewitz go to get swifty.
Yeah.
You find Picklewitz has been with you the whole time.
Yeah.
Just curled up in a pack.
No wonder my flask is empty.
So I will get you a copy of this, but Durnan, if you are interested in purchasing one, Durnan has his Guide to Tavern Keeping. Sort of laughs and sneers it out a little bit. He took a tip from Volo. It's a collector's edition. He's just real deadpan about it. It's a collector's edition. That one, well, with or without the stains, it's up to you.
Whichever one's cheapest.
They're all the same. Collector.
Sure.
Yeah.
Only if you'll sign it. He makes that face and I laugh at him. I'm like, only if you sign
without breaking his look, he takes the mug and every time you see him, he always seems to be wiping the same mug.
it. Yeah.
He takes the mug and just grinds it around on top of the bar, maintains that ferocious eye contact and slaps it onto the book, brings it up, and you realize that the bottom of the mug has his name in a big ink print.
Oh, cool! I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, and then there's just pretzel chunks and damp warm beer, and the circle of the mug was his signature or something. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, he offers to sell you one of those if that's what you really need.
I mean, I'll take it if he's selling it. And then other than that, what I'm more interested in is I'll kind of fill him in all the stuff people have told us about Trollskull today and be like, oh yeah, I'm sure you knew this, the guy died and stuff. And I'm kind of digging for more information about that happening.
I hear a lot of stuff, mostly from adventurers, not so much from real estate agents. Spent a lot of time in Undermountain. I have the bar here now. Takes up most of my time.
So he doesn't know anything about Xanathar or
I-
Zents or anything.
Oh, he can tell you about the Zentarum. He can tell you about the Xanathar. He mostly makes it clear that he doesn't think you're ready for those.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll sort
Because
of.
you still got a little green. Might wanna get rid of that.
He did watch us fight the troll.
Yeah. Well, I've leveled up since then. So. Okay. I mean, I'll kind of chortle back and forth with him and drink and whatever.
You know, chortle.
How much was it?
I like to use words not correctly.
I don't sweat it.
It's free. That was so sweet.
Yeah.
It was worth one favor. Yes.
The troll.
So yeah, I guess that's kind of what
An
we're all.
autographed copy of Durnan's Guide to Tavern Keeping. I think this would be a good opportunity for actually all of us to stand up, take a short break,
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
we will come back with a couple of events and some additional progression.
Cool.
So let's go ahead and take 5. All right. Oh, excuse me. That was a cookie that decided to come back for a fight.
We're fighting a cookie? Is that what he said? Put it down.
Hang on, I gotta make notes. Cookie monsters for everything. So when we decided to take a short break, we had kind of split our attention.
Yeah.
We do that a lot, evidently.
We do. We do that a lot. Marcellus, you had gone back to the yawning portal.
I had.
And you were acquiring information from Durnan, basically killing the rest of your day there.
Yeah.
Who was hanging behind to keep an eye on the Tiger Eye?
I'm on the roof.
So you're on the roof, and you were watching from street level, from...
Like across the street.
Okay.
I would have probably taken first shift and then gone back. I'd stay with Agnes.
Yeah, and you wanted to spend your evening like,
cleaning,
organizing, and working on the facility, getting more acquainted, right? And that leaves Magpie. What's Magpie doing?
I'm exploring the streets trying to find those aristocrats. He was.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
See if I can discern any of them and follow them around.
We're going to address each of these situations, right? We basically have 3 scenes going on. Otter, you're back in the you're back at Trollskull Manor, or whatever we decide to call it. Picklewitz's Pints, I think, was our
or Hugs and Chugs, which I came up with on breaks.
Hugs and chugs.
Hugs and
That's
chugs.
Hugs and chugs. I don't know if I can be a party to that.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
Makes me a little.
And
she might hug you to convince you.
I am cleaning the heck out of that place. Like,
so as you're doing this, that warm sensation you had earlier, like the more you clean, the more comfortable you begin to feel in the area. As you're working on one section, you're like organizing the debris that's all over the bar and wiping that down, and you see that one of the tables has been adjusted and put into a more standing state, and the stools that had been knocked over were actually pushed up next to the chair, or pushed up next to the table.
I believe it's Amanadar helping me clean.
Clearly, it's
the yellow god loves things tidy.
Yes, he does. I mean, he is the god of law and order.
Yes.
Ding ding. Oh, sorry, wrong TV show. Well, right TV show, but.
So yeah, as you're doing that, you see a couple of instances where things are adjusted for the better than what you had recalled.
I am not surprised, nor am I bothered by that. Kind of, I feel.
You look up on the second floor, and all the dust on the floor is gone, swept up into a tidy pile.
They are going to be amazed with what I've done with this place in such a short time.
Otter, did you hire the Cleaners Guild? You know you have to do that, right?
I mentioned like
the Sweepers Guild.
Yeah, the Sweepers Guild, the Dust Sweepers Guild.
What a fine establishment this must have been. I look forward to bringing it back to its former life.
The puns.
If this wasn't live streamed, I'd hit you.
All right, so you're doing that. You're working on the facility. Things seem to be going much, much better. Marcellus, Durnan is Durnan's not a friendly individual, but you
I'm
seem
not
to
letting
have
it
built...
affect me.
Yeah,
at all.
you have the same casual disregard.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
he does.
Yeah. We definitely hate things equally in different ways. So.
It's not so much that he hates them; it's just they're beneath him.
Okay. Yeah. I could also.
After spending a bunch of time in Undermountain, his view of reality is a little different.
I can imagine. Oh, jeez. This guy needs a therapist.
Right.
That's what you get from the conversation. You walk away, you're like, that guy needs a
therapist.
therapist.
He needs a therapist. Volo needs a therapist. Yeah, where's the therapist guild in this city?
You know, the city has a dung sweepers guild. I'm sure they have a therapist.
Yeah, they got it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, other than that, like hanging out there, just like keeping my eyes and ears open for anything interesting, anything fun, anything that relates to anything that we've already experienced in our short time here. Just sort of taking it in, because I am not standing guard outside of this guy's office for no money. Sorry.
For you.
I'll hit you up with something else, another favor, another time.
I won't do the thing you want to do later either.
Yeah, well, then fine. You know what? Whatever I do is going to be super cool, and you're not invited.
Marcellus, I need you to roll me a d20, please.
I would love to roll you a d20. That is an 18 on the die.
Yeah.
18. Come here. Edge in there.
We've unbalanced to the city watch.
Oh, jeez. So you got an 18.
I did.
One of the things that you overhear: the Black Staff has gone wonky. You can't trust her. Rumors say she started hunting down members of her own Force Grey. Think twice that she offers you a job. It's 2 adventurers sitting across the table from each other. And
do I recognize what Force Grey is?
It's another faction in the city.
Okay.
And you also overhear from a different group. Last night, I heard a strange clanking noise inside the House of the Inspired Hands out in the Sea Ward. Like someone wearing plate armor dancing a jig. It was the funniest thing. Loved it.
Yeah, I giggle at that.
Yeah.
Okay. That was the House of Inspired Hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so the House of Inspired Hands, we hear funny noises, and the magical protector of the city has lost her mind and started killing members of her own faction. Okay, that's
it's a rumor
very
you've heard.
two opposite end of the spectrum rumors.
Would this be a bad time to tell you guys I accepted a job from the Blackstaff? Just kidding.
Was this? I was not here for this episode. I do not recall. But all right, yeah. I mean, I would probably. Do I feel like I could interject myself in either of these conversations without making it totally like awkward and obtuse?
Oh, it would be incredibly awkward, but you seem to be okay with it so far.
Well, I mean, if you're, hey, if you're picking up on it, let's go all the 10 yards. So I would definitely, I think, I want to head over to these guys talking about the Blackstaff.
Sure.
And I wanna like wave Durnan like we're best friends. Be like, hey, buddy, give me a round for me and my pals over here. Like slide into the chair. You're like, hey, what's up?
Okay. Well, one of the serving folks brings by a tray full of mugs.
I like awkwardly across the room shout, thanks, Durny. And like
You hear that from across the very noisy bar.
Yeah, no, like I like shrink, like prepare myself to make like a Constitution saving throw, but then like I'm like, okay, all right, we dodged that one. But no, I'm just like, so this Blackstaff, she's gone nuts, hasn't she?
What they say.
Yeah, did you hear?
Say it's a bad time to be in Forest Gray.
I know. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go to the Forest Gray Recruitment Center, which is where again?
Oh, you get recruited for it. It's not like they make
yeah.
central base.
Yeah, I was telling my friends there's no recruitment center. You just kind of happen upon it. Yeah. I mean, like, hey, like, is there like anything like where would I run into her? Like the things that she's doing. I'm just terribly interested in this.
Blackstaff?
Yeah, she seems like a cool gal.
Blackstaff Tower is where you probably want to go.
Yeah, and that's totally where again?
They just look at you.
It's by the the one thing,
It's
the name.
the gigantic black tower.
Yeah, I write down gigantic black tower. Okay, awesome. Yeah, and I like awkwardly like kill my mug. I'm like, all right, thanks. That went really well. Awesome. And I get back up and say that.
As you're walking around and you go to the door, if the door explodes when you touch it, you're at the right place.
Oh, okay. Don't touch the door. And I'm like writing this in all caps and like underlining it. I'm like, ooh, all right, awesome, yeah. Well, then cool, yeah. I mean, I'll kind of like just hang out with them and do that. And
Oh, we'll look it up later.
I have a Sharpie. We'll fix that.
Oh, God, no.
Wait for us to get stars.
We'll get a tower of black stars. Just like stack them all on top of each other. I love it. All right, cool. Other than that, I'll just sort of like meander and gather information, talk to people. So.
Okay. Yeah, the location of Blackstaff Tower is, I mean, it's not a Waterdavian secret. You know, it is a pretty iconic building. People don't generally see the Blackstaff, but you hear stories of like their prowess.
Okay.
The Blackstaff is a title that's handed down, and when one wizard is done, usually because they're dead.
Who is the current Blackstaff? Is that something I'd be able to discern?
Just known as the Blackstaff.
Just we don't know who it is specifically.
Yeah,
okay.
for people who are not really from Waterdeep, it's just known as the Blackstaff.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
And for those of you that are over by the Tiger Eye, we're getting into evening, and Magpie, I need you to go ahead and make me a investigation or perception, whichever one's better.
Perception. I am not sure of that. Hold on. What was the other one? Investigation?
Whichever one's better for you.
Perfect. 14.
Cool. Your total was
14.
Yeah. So nobody here physically seems to be out of place, right? They're all wearing garb that you might normally expect, but you do see that there are a couple of people who have walked by multiple times and seem to be looking with great interest at the Tiger Eye.
Fantastic. I think I will be following.
Sure.
Safe distance.
Sounds like a stealth check. Remember, if this is something that you want to succeed on, if you want to use your inspiration, you announce, I'm using inspiration when you roll your d20.
14.
Okay, you feel pretty stealthy. You feel pretty stealthy. So we'll, success or failure, we'll cover that here in just a little bit. You're up on the roof. And you were down at street level. You see Magpie sort of trailing along behind someone, going out of her way to be small and unnoticed. But I mean, you've been around her enough to know that body language.
All right,
That's her sneaky stance.
Yeah.
I'll stealth her.
Give me a stealth check.
Fighting for Magpie?
What? She's trailing the person. I'm gonna trail her.
Because then you'll be double sneaky, and the person she's following definitely won't see.
Yeah, he'll never see that
because
coming.
she's hiding behind Magpie, so she's double sneaky.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and use my inspiration.
Sure. Yeah.
Are you leaving the door, or?
Well, we've got someone on the roof.
Gotcha.
It's fine. I know how to do my job.
Unless somebody comes in the door.
Oh, you do.
So wait, what?
You roll it twice, you take the higher roll. Inspiration is you roll at advantage.
Well.
Yep.
20. Not natural.
That is a damn fine number. You know that you're stealthy.
Yeah.
You don't think
I've
you're
become
stealthy.
a shadow.
Yes. I am
are
become
the
shadow.
stealth.
All right. So we are getting into evening. Magpie and now Agnes, by proxy, are trailing along behind a couple of potentially questionable individuals. What is your passive perception? 10?
10.
Right? Okay. So things are about to happen.
I'm on the roof.
You are on the roof.
That's all I got.
A figure comes running by you, making very little sound. They get a few steps past you. So basically, we're going to treat this as a surprise round, right? They realize that you're there, so they wheel around, and you see the beginning of a magic effect come out of this person's hands. You see, as the light flares up, it looks something like that.
Ah! Wiggle fingers. Kill it.
Wiggle fingers.
Yes, I'm going to block my face on the stream.
He's doing this on purpose. This was all calculated.
So there's an explosion of magical energy, and then things and stuff. And I'm going to assume that that is going to hit. What's your current armor class? Can I just get that from everybody, please? Basic armor class?
Is 1,000.
13.
That is an untenable number.
How about 14?
So Magpie is what?
13.
13. Marcellus?
14.
14. Agnes?
14.
14. Otter?
15.
15. Gotcha. Astrid. This blast of energy slams into you. It pushes you 10 feet back along the tiles. You are at the far edge of where you were posted. Not quite off, but getting there. Going to be 11 points of force damage.
Well, that's not.
It is not great at all. And you two down on the ground, two things happen. There's the big flash of light up on the roof, and as you've been following these two individuals, they have circled back and are headed back towards the Tiger Eye. So up on the rooftop, you see the flash of light, and these two that you're following, they break into a sprint as they are making their way to that building. Because of the fact that you were following them, they do not have surprise on you, and I do need initiative from the three of you.
They're gonna die.
So, Agnes?
7.
Agnes, what are you doing?
Magpie?
I'm being
11.
stealthy. I can't move fast.
And Astrid? 9. Gotcha. Not the initiative that I was expecting from the group of you. That's for
Can I decide to stop cleaning and come back for my shit?
Yeah, can the security camera I installed go off in my pocket?
Send a tweet.
Yeah, send us a tweet at us.
So, Magpie, you are down at the street level, and I can actually put out a small map. wasn't sure if I would actually need the temporary so I can get out the mapping.
He's in there. Training still. Oh.
Yeah.
Do we need it for the...
Oh, we battle matting
Put
it?
it on top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Battle mat.
I find an appropriate one for you. Close this shop door. You don't need anything down on the docks, that's for certain.
I want you guys to know I'm really intrigued by the Blackstaff, and I'll probably be investigating that more.
I'd like you to know that because you rejected my dreams, I now reject yours.
Well, I want you to know that after another 5 minutes, your dreams aren't going to matter. So, whoa, are those battle tiles that came with that thing?
Yes.
Those are so cool.
Yes, so it comes with foldable, in this case.
And they're gridded and all that good jazz.
They are gridded and all that good stuff.
Oh man, it's just so shabbier than I thought it was in my head.
This is what?
It's Northport. I mean,
It's
it's,
not hay.
I thought you meant the products.
Yeah, I think it's pretty nice looking.
The products are
Never
amazing.
mind. Screw you, Beetle and Green.
The product is amazing. It's
So-
thatch roofing is what I'm talking about.
right. So in this case, you've got like the stone balcony on the outside here. There's the skull, the skull hanging over the door where the cat eye or the tiger eye is located. You two are down on the ground down here somewhere as your other two individuals are beginning to run, and they're going to attempt to, you're guessing, they're going to attempt to go up the side of the building and bust in
They'll never make it.
in short order.
Not with your 7 initiative, they won't.
You don't know what he rolled.
I'm not even there.
3 1s.
This is Magpie getting to make first action. I'm going to throw a couple individuals down on the board here. And let's see who.
I'm on the roof.
At the edge, right?
That'll work.
Which way are we heading into? That's Tiger's Eye, right? Coming in from over here.
So these two have now broken into a run. You were pushed.
That's me.
Yep, you were pushed back. So if you were up on the top there.
Pushed to the street.
No, it just would have not quite off to the street level, but the individual had come running this way, or yeah, I'm sorry, he would have been pushed up that way. As he jumped across onto the next building, blasted you with energy.
Yeah.
And this is like every
Team name
Scooby-Doo
split the party.
episode.
So this individual has vaulted over, saw you, blasted you with energy, and that
His
is
mini
where
is
we
way
are.
cooler than yours, so you probably are gonna lose. I don't know. That's how it works in 5e. I think you know, if you have the cool mini, you win.
All right, so Magpie, what you doing?
I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whisper on one of those.
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you need on it?
I have no idea. I don't think anything.
So you whisper a discordant melody. That's not a word. The only creature your choice in range. That target must make a Wisdom saving
is.
throw of DC. Her DC is 13.
So which one are you casting on?
That guy.
The big farmer.
My buddy, the pig farmer.
Yes.
That's like literally the best miniature that's ever been created.
I love it.
It's pretty amazing.
If I could get another dozen of them, I would be happy individual.
I have one, and I'm going to lord it over you now.
Guess who's never getting inspiration?
Save inspiration.
May I introduce you to my friend Niall?
Oh no. Never mind. What I meant to say is I have 14 of them on order for you, Mr. Patrick.
Oh, it's like that.
Yes.
Okay, so I have an 18 for the save.
So they just yeah. So it just hears me.
Oh, on a
words.
failed save.
Yeah, read that.
A failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage. Must immediately use reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from.
I got an
It didn't
18 on my
say
save.
it
So
saved.
I was successful.
Well, that was on a successful save. The target takes half as much
Yep.
damage.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll
Cool.
It doesn't have to actually move
Use
it.
the cool
dice tray. That was very satisfying.
Yeah.
That's gonna be way more impressive than what I'm about to do.
A deafened creature automatically succeeds.
I mean, yeah. Hey, you suck. What?
What?
I
What?
can't hear you. I'm 95. Yeah, you just have to play like an old character, and then any like verbal component things like what?
I take my hearing aids out.
Yeah. I deafened myself on purpose. I'm already under silence, buddy. So
Alright,
what were
so-
you whispering at them before they?
What's the total effect? Backbone?
What was your total damage?
6.
6.
Psychic.
6 cold damage. Got it. Here. Alright, so there's that. We are going to go ahead and go into our round. So, Astrid, you are up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't roll real hot for initiative, so.
Yeah.
I come back to me.
Okay.
He does not get
Well, no hugs. Huh. Uh, 12 is not going to connect. You don't see any obvious armor, but obviously this person is a caster, so they probably have magical protection. She will look at you, grin wickedly, and she blurts out some arcane gibberish. Need a wisdom save.
Uh-oh.
Well, that is, you momentarily feel your muscles seize up and relax. Whatever she tried to do, you push straight through it.
That was a death save. You just didn't know it.
You're actually already dead.
It's tier 1. It's not that bad. That brings us to Agnes.
Alright, I'm behind.
Me, yeah.
So you got the one person really good, right?
That guy.
Alright, I'll go after the other one. And I will. How does sneak attack work? I couldn't use my sneak attack, right?
So sneak attack at this level, because I'm guessing you don't have swashbuckler, 3rd level, anything. As long as you have advantage on the roll, then you can apply your extra d6s.
I have to have advantage on the roll.
You have to have advantage on them.
Which you can get by either being
Or-
hidden or.
You need to have an ally adjacent to that creature also threatening it.
So what if I went after the other creature then? Do I have sneak attack?
They are, you know what? They were not aware of you guys
You're stealthy.
Right.
because you were stealthing. But yeah, I'll give you a sneak attack on it.
Yes. Alright. And I take my dagger and I throw it right into the back of his knee. I'm
Sure.
also running. I'm dashing. I've got cunning action as well. I'm using all of it.
I don't know what half this means, but I'm saying it. I'm using it right now.
These are words and they're cool.
I run as close to them, as close to the person as I can. Can I hit him with the rapier, or do I have to hit him with the dagger?
It's up to you.
You can probably get all the way there.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally stab him with a rapier in the knee. Back of the knee.
Nice.
It's the back of the knee.
Alright.
Do you?
So.
So if they're not aware of you, you have advantage.
Oh
Advantage.
yeah. Thank goodness we did that.
Better.
So 13.
Yeah, 13's good.
Yes. All right.
Stab.
And then
So you stab with
Rapier.
regular rapier damage, and you add a d6 for
God.
sneaky stab
I've
damage.
got this. And I've got
Back of the knee
this,
damage.
And I've got
Ugly dice.
8. The ugly dice let me down. 8 damage. That wasn't as cool as I thought. I rolled a 1 on that d6.
You know, if you would have rolled higher, you could have like popped his kneecap off and like, done all
That'd
this
been
crazy
sweet.
stuff.
In my
But
head, all that
Make it into
happened.
a
but you
coaster.
use those ugly dice. So.
Coaster.
Ugly dice never let me down. It's not true. Ugly
I
dice
was like,
always let me
didn't they
down.
just let me down?
So 8.
Mhm.
Okay, that's a good start. That is a good chunk.
Yeah, that
That's
is a
going
good
to-
start.
That's a good chunk. Pull it out.
High five,
It is.
man.
Yeah.
This one takes a few running steps forward and then leaps and begins to scale up the side of the building.
Well, they'll be easy
It's
to
like
hit.
climbing from railing to railing, jumping.
With a rapier sticking out of his kneecap.
That's not the one you
That's
got.
the
No,
other
that's
No,
the
that's the one.
This other one
With the
is now
damage-
very much aware of you and has turned to face you. This one he brandishes a sort of jagged, mean-looking scimitar.
Cool.
Slices.
I block it.
Let's see if you do. Yeah, you do. This is a only hit AC 10.
Nice.
Yeah, you do.
Yep, you do.
You should say that every time.
You handily dismiss the hit.
Slap
Magpie.
the side with a bare hand.
Well, pick it up that wall.
I'm an amazing sword fighter. Go for the wall one. Oh, you can't shoot things with fire, can you? You're not that kind of magic person.
I'm not that kind of magic person, but I think I can make him fall asleep as he's climbing up the wall.
I was gonna say that'd be so funny because you could, that'd be really fun.
Yeah. Because he's still in my sight. He's can't be more than.
So you roll, what is it, 5d8?
5d8. You choose a point in space.
Yep.
You roll 5d8, and that many hit points worth of creatures.
Yeah.
Just, bloop.
Do it.
Just pick your point wisely, because I might be in
You both fall asleep up there. We'll just come up and carry you home. Like a toddler.
luck lifting me.
4.
You have to roll that 5 times. And add it all together.
11, 19, 24. You said 5 times?
Yeah.
And I need
28.
a wisdom save, right?
I thought it was just applied.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so.
I think it's just you apply
Yeah.
the 28.
And I roll 5d8 to tell us how
Is he gonna
many
wake up when he
points.
hits the street?
Creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose are affected. Yeah.
You cast your spell,
Oh no.
and he lets go.
Yes!
So, on the upside, your spell was successful. He fell off the building. He takes the next benefit here is he takes damage for falling. That also wakes him up. So he's not asleep, but he's prone on the ground.
And he fell off a building.
And he fell off the building.
Which is pretty funny.
He's not looking so good.
Imagine he's quite unhappy.
Right. Astrid.
Try to hit that guy again. Or in front. 19.
Nice.
19 is good.
That is better.
Okay, and what kind of weapon are you using? Great sword. Alright, so you cleave into this person for 10 points of damage. As you do, a violent eruption of this hellish fire ejects out of her body.
Oh, no.
I need a dexterity save.
That's weird.
I know how to do that. That's painful.
What's that? In this case, let's. Nope, 13's good. So
Good job on the saves. Alone on top of the building.
yeah, an impressive light show up on the rooftop. It is only going to be 4 points of fire damage, and will be it for that. Things and stuff. Yeah. So now that you've hit this person, they are just going to attempt to blast you one more time.
Okay.
He growls at you, back off. My job, not yours.
Actually, Agnes.
Well, we are looking at. I've got no. I've only got a 15, so the blast does not actually connect.
That's good.
That is very good. Yeah. Agnes.
Being alone on the roof is painful.
Alright.
like
I
this.
am
So
going
sad.
to continue my amazing sword fighting. I'll be like, looks like you didn't make the cut.
Oh! Oh!
What'd you get?
I got 23.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use this dice again for me, so.
Yes.
Oh, 10 points of damage.
Nice.
The
So
kneecap.
something to bring up with the way 5th edition combat works. For melee hits and such, you can state like, is this a killing blow? Is this an unconscious thing?
Okay.
Normally, for a lot of standard games, we just assume that they're killing blows, right?
Mm-hmm.
However,
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep has the code legal. Are you killing them or are you rendering them unconscious?
Well, I wanted to render him unconscious so we could keep him kidnapped in our house.
Which is against the code.
I want to bring
Consult our friend the
I want to
code
bring
legal.
a different part of the code legal, actually.
I'd like to point out that she didn't break one law.
All right, so you have knocked this one out.
Yeah.
That was a darn good hit. That one is down. Cool. Are you doing anything else?
I'd like to take whatever weapon was near him and like throw it away from his body.
Oh, just like kick the weapon
Yeah,
away.
yeah, just like kick the weapon away.
Okay. Yeah, totally fine. So when you went unconscious, you dropped the scimitar. You just kind of
Yeah.
scooted across the street.
Yeah. If I can move close to the house, I'd like to do that. But
Yeah, well, it was your action to make the attack. You still have your move,
Oh, my
and
movement.
if you
Alright,
have
cool.
something for bonus action, like what cunning action would allow you, you
Okay.
can definitely do those.
All right. Well then. Oh yeah. Can I use my? Oh, that's a standard action. Oh, I can't. Yeah. So I'll kick the sword away and then dash towards the guy that's laying prone.
Go ahead and put yourself wherever you can go.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're standing over his body. You're straddling him. Yeah. I'm here, and in 6 seconds, I'm going to stab you.
All right. Yeah. So I can mark that one off.
I would like to cutscene you like screaming over his body to Marcellus in the bar.
A
Just,
bloody sword.
I'm just sitting there. Yeah.
The one
And-
on the ground. Now that you're over him, we don't even need to roll the intimidation because he's just gonna arms over the face, not in the face, not in the face.
So he is. He's going to actually attempt to surrender.
Wow.
Ooh. Never had anything surrender to me before. It feels really good.
Like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What if you choose to do? If you choose to deny it, if you choose to hit him, whatever, that's up to you. But this individual is making no actions and is just, I give up.
All right.
That's going to bring us up to top of round and Magpie.
Well, you already got that guy, right? And the other one's
Yeah.
knocked out.
I'm just tying him up.
I'm gonna go tie.
While you're
Did you
doing
tie
your
up the
thing.
other one yet?
No, he's really bleeding out.
He's unconscious.
He's
You didn't-
unconscious.
You didn't kill him.
No, but he got poked a couple times with the
Yeah.
sword. He's probably not great. He's not gonna die though.
He has a couple holes in him, leaking
Yeah,
out.
Like he'll feel a little hungry, but he'll be fine.
I too feel hungry when I get stabbed
Yeah, I
with swords.
It takes a lot out of you. All right, I'm gonna clamber up the walls then. I don't think there's any other way up to the roof.
I could throw you.
Are you strong enough?
No, I have negative strength.
Oh, that doesn't work either.
I like
If
the
you
idea
were
of,
down
like,
here,
her up,
you
like
could
throwing
throw
her
her.
into a wall.
This gnome is heavy.
We let the wrong one go to the roof.
What you doing, Magpie?
I'm running up the walls.
Oh,
Can I actually do that? Can I climb these walls?
Run and make an athletics check.
You can try anything
I'm
you
gonna try
like.
this.
What nobody knew is this was the playtest for Space D&D.
11.
She has space boots.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of things to grab onto. So you can scramble up to the second floor.
Can I get all the way up?
You didn't have quite enough movement because you still had to run across the street.
Deal.
Or down the street there.
So I'm not like falling off. But
No,
I'm
you're not
done
falling
in my
off.
turn.
Yep,
Second story.
you're good. You're in no danger of falling off from where you're at. You have plenty of handholds. Unless
to your doom.
Unless another gnome puts you to sleep.
Yeah, which
That happens around
There's a
here.
lot of gnomes in Waterdeep, just saying.
Spider gnome.
That is going to bring us to
doing a
mastery.
thing that a spider gnome does.
So try to hit him again.
Spider gnome. Spider gnome.
19.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Numbers. Better. 14.
That is a darn good hit.
Enough to render her unconscious.
No.
Then.
Okay.
Up here.
Get yourself some hit point. Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea.
I thought so.
Yeah, probably.
Luckily, the gnome's coming to your rescue.
I'm done.
Okay. Something
I
right
stand there
quick.
and try to look large and formidable.
She furrows her brow, throws her hands out, and attempts to blast you one more time. You creatively dodge?
Yes.
Apparently you do, because I can't hit
Yeah.
the thing. With an AC of 13, that is not going to connect.
Splitting the party's really good.
No, we should do this more often.
We should do it more. Like
Yeah.
all
Let
five.
me show you what I'm doing right
not
now.
been doing this the entire time.
I'm sweeping and whistling.
We like each other, yeah.
So this becomes like 3 different
You're right.
extremes then?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, God.
Well,
We're gonna need more cameras.
we could join forces because my stream's just going to be me drinking beer. And if people want to watch that for 4 hours, after like 1 or 2, I'll be entertaining. I promise. So.
All right, so yeah, she does not connect. Let's see. Says, "I'm paid to wreak vengeance. You're paid to protect a spy. Which of us is the greater thief?" And it turns us over to Agnes.
Speaking
Also,
of the greater thief.
Yeah, the answer to that question.
Sorry, story is under.
So
Somebody said
I'm going
greater
to-
thief.
yes. So I'm going to show you on this map because it's so cool. I'm going to run between these houses and then do that cool parkour thing where you like jump up each one.
Yeah.
That parkour thing.
Which is acrobatics.
Sure.
Please? Yes.
Please.
16.
Sure.
Cool.
Sounds good. Go for it.
Yeah. That's
Done.
what I do. I do that thing.
You scramble your way up.
It's not a scramble.
It kind of looks like a scramble.
Well, that's your
No, it's like a
Bro.
Super Mario, like boing, boing, boing,
The
boing.
Ninja Gaiden wall jump,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may look like a scramble, but in my head, it's the coolest thing I've ever done.
right?
It actually is the coolest thing you've ever done.
Yeah.
So I'm
Nice.
on top of the roof. I assume that's probably my turn.
Yeah, it
Alright.
was a pretty intensive set of actions there. But yeah, you can get up there. You see that your ally here is facing off against a pretty heavily injured caster. The caster is a tiefling.
I found a wiggle finger.
Wiggle finger.
I get it. I get it.
Oh,
It
I
took me a
get
little
it.
while.
Magpie.
I'm gonna continue. I got one more floor to go. Do I have to roll again?
Yeah, it would be
Athletics.
climb.
9. Do I fall?
Not worried about it. I'm looking at, mechanically speaking, I'm looking at DC 8. Because there are plenty of things to hold on to and scramble your way up.
And I get close enough to actually.
Okay, it would be your actions and your movement to get up here and do this, but it's totally fine.
Yep.
Astrid,
Try again.
you got a cheering section. Did you miss?
Got a 9.
Ooh, yeah, that is not gonna work. That brings us to the
Stay trapped.
caster. The caster actually turns her attention over to Agnes.
Yeah, dude, I'm on fire tonight.
Shit.
The caster goes, yes, you're about to.
It is not fire. Although it does have this appearance, a blast of force slams into you.
Aw.
Oh no! You fall between the buildings.
No, I fall into the next thatch roof.
She says, "You can't fathom where my power comes from," and blasts you 10 feet back out into the main part of the street.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
You about to
Like,
die.
Reflex save?
Above the street.
You can make me a dexterity save.
Dexterity save?
No, she can't make you a dexterity save.
6.
All right, so here's what's gonna happen. There is force damage from this thing hitting you.
Okay.
The force damage is 7.
It's 7? Okay.
7 points of force
Still
damage.
standing.
No, you're falling.
Well, you're falling, and that's where the next conversation comes into
Okay.
play. Because for every 10 feet that you fall, it is 1d6 points of damage. I'm going to roll 3d6 because you are 30 feet up,
But those could all be ones.
That's 3 points of
and
damage.
you are going to roll 3d6.
Oh.
Go ahead and roll yours.
Wait, I need my crappy dice.
What'd you get?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Do you want to take your 10 or whatever mystery number I roll?
Your mystery number.
That is 9.
Oh, yes!
And she's still standing. That's
With
one. That's
at
1
one.
point
I'm
left.
at 1.
Well, there you go. So you were blasted off. You just saw your ally ejected off the roof.
Hug man.
Yeah.
Did you parkour the way down?
Well,
just
this
like
is-
in air?
This is what it looked like. So I like jump to the top, and I get to the top, and I'm like, woo! And then she hits me, and I just go flying down backwards.
It's like when you see the cat like jump up the bookshelf or something, get to the top one, and then just immediately spring away.
Yeah. It like jumps on the bed with the blanket falls.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just lay here, guys. You got this.
Alright,
gonna-
thanks.
You're like right next to the prisoner. Hey, how you doing?
You're right, it is
So-
more comfy down
Yeah.
here.
Agnes,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Oh. Well, I'll
Bleed out on the street.
Shout words of encouragement.
I'll stand up. I assume I was prone. From
You
the fall.
you fell 30 feet and took a big chunk of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You actually landed on your hands.
Yeah.
Backflip. Yes.
So I'll stand up,
Sure.
and I don't have any healing potions. I'll sit down and eat one of my rations.
I'm done.
Yeah. You guys totally got this.
Magpie,
Apparently, we totally got
I
this.
don't have any faith in
you
this.
just watch a tiefling
whatsoever.
eject your
Yeah.
ally off the roof.
Great, I guess I'm.
Can you put her to sleep?
What are you gonna do?
I only got one spell slot left.
I promise you can have a nap after this.
Sure, let's try to put her to sleep.
Alan's like, yes, make promises you can't keep.
So, how are you going to try and place that effect? Because remember, with the way the spell works, you choose a point in space.
Yeah, see, that's it. Like, and then if she falls asleep and he does not, she does not. I'm effed. You think
Place
so?
I think
is
it's-
that even going to be enough?
well,
It's
when
like
you-
1d4.
oh, well, that one just makes me giggle.
When you say point, does that mean on the map?
Do this,
or
it'll
can she
do the
place it,
equivalent
like-
amount of thing, but you don't
It
have
could
a,
be
you
up,
don't have a
over,
chance
wherever.
of hitting your friend accidentally.
Or you can
Make
pla-
them fall over and laugh. It's
Don't
the same
hit
thing
the
as
fighter.
sleeping.
Or you can place it
Yeah, or you could place it really far away and only
because
hit
we're
them.
on the same line
Mhm.
right here. So
Right.
place it
So
there.
when we do the tactical stuff,
Yes.
if you cast sleep and you choose that point, you can choose a point back on this side to make sure that the enemy is just in the essentially in the blast radius and it doesn't extend to your allies. So it's a way to work within the system to gain that additional tactical advantage. It's one of the differences that really shines when you're doing tactical play versus when you're doing strict narrative.
Or you can do whatever you want.
Or you're on
No,
a rooftop in a
we're
pitch
a
battle. You
team
can
here.
you
We're
can
a
just
team
recklessly
here.
cast, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I don't want you to go down too.
You could just stab her with your
Just
rapier.
cast it on her so it gets all three of you.
When I could, we all take the nap I've wanted all day.
It is nap time.
Do you get your spell
It's not
slots
Sparta,
back?
it's nap time.
If you nap,
Yeah.
if you nap, do you get your spell slots back? Does it count as a rest?
Okay, I'm gonna cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
A creature of my choice that I can see within range
That is definitely right there.
perceives everything as hilariously funny. I don't even have to say anything. I just look funny enough. Falls into fits of laughter as long as that spell affects it. See, that's just I don't know. Target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. So. Oh, I got a 19 on my wisdom save.
yeah.
So
But I succeeded on the save.
they just giggle.
She chortles and looks at you. Come here, I'm
That's
gonna
the
punch
correct
you.
use of the
Yeah.
word.
I
It's
want
all
to see how many
coming
times you
full
can
circle.
use the word chortle.
I actually only appear on this stream for grammar lessons.
Common for water Davies.
Yeah.
Today's lesson is chortle. Alright, Magpie, are you doing anything else?
I don't. That's it, right? That's all I can do.
Yeah,
Besides,
you,
like run
You
away
can
at this
move
point.
around if
you
you
say
want.
you could move, but you could also maintain.
Yeah, because we're on a roof. If she hits me, I prefer to go the 10 feet
This way.
that way.
Not off the roof, maybe?
Not off the roof, right. So are you good where you're at?
I'm good.
Okay. That is going to bring us to Astrid.
Yeah.
Try to hit
Astrid,
her
you gotta
again.
remember that one shot kill you had? This is a great time to do that again.
16's a darn good number.
Yes.
Okay. And how do you... Are you killing blow? Is
No.
this...
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't let us do that here. 'Cause
Okay.
I
So-
just knock her down.
You just knock her down. That will go ahead and knock down the tiefling. The tiefling, who is now unconscious, is carrying a potion of cure wounds and a scroll of expeditious retreat.
Take both those things.
Ooh, I also want to search the people around me.
Whenever you're ready, I want to search the people around me too.
I'm sorry, what potion was it?
It's potion of cure wounds.
So just
The standard 2d4 plus 2.
2d4.
Yep. All right. Cool. So, yeah, you've recovered that potion, that scroll. You have this person who was clearly attempting to get into Tiger Eye. You have the two down at the street that were apparently accomplices. What do we do?
I assume you've
Who
joined
wants
me for
that
drinks at
cure?
the bar, Otter.
I get team athletics to pick up.
Sure.
I don't want to be on this roof anymore.
Or you can just drop down to the balcony and walk down using stairs and stuff.
That works too. I
Sure.
do that.
That's way too complicated. I don't get to roll dice when I do that.
It's not the hero landing.
Agnes did the hero land.
Yeah, right.
That was pretty sweet.
Hero.
Not all heroes land on their feet. Sometimes they land on their back.
Is there anything on any of the people down below?
They have a couple of coins on them.
I'd obviously steal those.
These two had like paper mache tiefling masks.
That's racist.
I also take one of those.
I take extreme offense.
Well,
But we have more
it'll
masks.
be really funny on Halloween, so.
Oh yeah, I forgot the whole bit about us doing masks. Yeah, wow, that was a
Yeah,
strange.
they know
stream.
the rule.
They know.
Do they have any like tattoos or any markings?
No, just the tiefling masks.
All right. Well, I think how far am I from our house?
Like a block and a half, maybe.
I'm gonna run there and get Otter, and then run back
Okay,
so that he can carry our new kidnapped prisoners back to the building.
gotcha.
Excellent.
Okay.
I really love the fact that I'm gonna come in at like 2 a.m, drunk, and be like, "Oh, we have guests," and they're like, "No, we have prisoners." And I'll be like, "Oh, awesome! This is why I don't leave my children unattended."
So, Magpie, since you were witness to this whole thing, and you grew up here in the streets of Waterdeep, you know that the City Watch will be here shortly.
Yeah.
Those were big explosions of light coming from the rooftop, bodies thudding into the cobblestone streets. Your intuition would tell you that you don't want to be here when the Watch arrives. That said, if you were hired to protect somebody, you may be able to spin that in some way.
True.
So you know you have a couple of options, but one way or another, you are almost certainly going to have to deal with the City Watch.
Okay.
For the second time in 2 days.
Keep running into each other. It's so weird.
You guys
I
are gonna
would-
have to deal with the City
I
Watch
mean,
for the second time in
is
2
our
days.
guy inside? Like Tiger Eye's inside. Vincent's
He
inside.
said he had no plans to leave.
Well, I think now's about the time to tell him what just happened.
I'm gonna.
Are either of these guys?
Is she
Vincent?
back? Are you back, Agnes?
Are we back?
It depends on whether.
It's going to take a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't think quite yet.
Okay.
So, Magpie, sounds like you are the first and probably the only one that is going to go and talk to Vincent, since she's carrying one of the bodies down to the street, and Agnes is now running to get Otter.
Separated.
You
Watch.
did.
Watch these other two guys. I'm gonna go knock on this door and talk to this guy. I do. I knock on the door.
Okay. Yeah, he's there. He says, "I just heard the commotion."
Well,
It's done,
Vincent,
yes.
I hopefully.
He's creepy.
Creepier
Creepier
so
minds,
creepy.
This is
All
your
the
doing.
best thieves are creepy.
Can you explain to us now what's supposed to happen? Because City Watch is gonna be here, and I got 3 unconscious people outside your front door.
Yes. And you do. He says that there are options.
Like dragging them into your house.
Yes.
He
smiles.
just got creepier.
Great big smile, lots of teeth.
Of course.
Bring them in.
Absolutely.
I'll handle the watch.
What?
Yes!
What?
I go outside and I tell
This guy is
you,
getting creepy.
get
pretty
the
creepy.
bodies in the door, because then they're his problem and we can go.
Lots of teeth, he said. I'd like to make note of that.
You didn't sign anything, did you? I would know that anyways. I hope to God she did not.
He,
I can't hear your question.
are we
I'm
bringing
in
the
the house.
bodies in? I guess it's.
It's us two.
Are you open to that?
That's my friends. That's what we do now.
No. We hide bodies in front of investigator offices.
We hug them until they stop moving, and then we hide them.
Yes. Prop them up, make them comfortable.
Yeah, give him a drink.
Put sunglasses on them, make them look alive. They're still here with us.
Take them to the Bahamas. Call them Bernie. So yeah, if you're gonna bring the bodies in, he says that he directs you. He's like, put them in my office. It's in the back of the apartment. And he says that I will handle the city watch. And tell your friend Agnes what I know will be made available to her within.
Now, just to be clear though, she didn't sign anything with you, right? Like her name's not written, like ours. You don't know our names, right?
Agnes me.
Fantastic! Wonderful!
No one told me you were using code names.
It's okay! You're the wrong
Yours is parkour.
I'm pretty sure Grandma put that in your book.
He says my deal was with her.
Which means she takes all the flag for this anyways. Let's go!
I'm
You want to go
going
back to
The
the tavern?
watch
Or are you going
will
to go get a
not
drink?
be a problem. These are agents of another noble.
Who's that?
He says the name would shock you.
I don't know anybody.
Let's leave names out of this any more than we already have.
Okay, Vincent. Bye, Vincent. See you later, Vincent.
Yeah. You already hugged him once, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He stretches, thanks you for your time.
What is he? He's something. He's
Something
something
else.
weird.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It seems like he could have taken care of this himself.
It sounds
Yeah.
like he's effective.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If he
Orange,
was effective,
black
would he have hired
eyes.
our dumbasses?
As, I'm assuming you were good and out the door. Magpie, as you are leaving, he says, I greatly appreciate that all. Make the questioning that much. He smiles.
He's gonna like suck their blood out of their nostrils or something. Like you just left these people to be tortured.
They're bad guys.
Yeah.
Oh, you can like.
In this sort of town, you eat or be eaten.
You didn't break the law.
Not yet, anyways. Night's still young.
Vincent can do whatever he wants.
Right?
So I practically run out of that place as calmly as possible.
I'm really glad
Sure,
Marcellus
so-
wasn't there for that interaction, because I'd be
Me-
like, we're never talking to him again.
You're gonna go back there. You don't even know it's over.
Yeah,
He's just gonna go back.
Actually, speaking of, what time is it?
Yeah.
It is now well into the nighttime.
All right, I want to go home. Esther,
Yeah.
can we go home? That's where Agnes is. That's where Otter is.
I thought you guys were coming back.
We were gonna come
Yeah.
back.
Hug
Yeah.
the ghost.
We probably run
We have to
together.
go. We have to go home.
Oh,
and
because
we.
You can call it a day at this point. Like this has been pretty packed full of
I have a question.
information, and now
Supposed
this,
to watch his house for 2 days. It's not been 2 days. It's not going to be a dirt
he
fight.
just said the deal is done.
He said,
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I'm
Good
hoping.
news, everyone. Job ended early.
You are released from service.
Well, I've conveniently positioned myself to not let this this event die quite yet. I want to stumble back to his house at like 1 in the morning.
Because the rest of us are all gone.
Yeah,
too.
you said we were guarding it for 2 days. I'm gonna look around. I don't see anything, and my very oblivious tiefling drunk butt is gonna stumble upstairs and on his door, Vincey.
Which is only about like an
answers.
hour after we left. Less
Yeah.
than
Right,
that,
right.
Okay.
And I'm
Uh,
like hanging on the door frame,
Yeah,
Inebriated.
he answers.
and I hey Vince, what's up, buddy?
Is he covered in blood?
Yeah, I know.
No,
He's wearing-
he's not.
Is he wearing like a surgical apron?
Yes.
He's wearing a
His suit
shower
is
curtain.
pristine.
No, he bought a shower curtain.
Covered in rattle
His
trap.
suit is pristine, sharply pressed edges, everything.
Of course it is.
Of course it is. He says
Somebody.
that your allies have removed you from service. A job well done.
Yeah, I know. It was a job well done. Thanks. Awesome. So you're good then?
We are.
I clap him on the shoulder. I go, you're a good man, Vincent. And I like literally like backwards roll down the stairs and then like roly-poly back to the house up to my attic room.
Parkour!
Yeah, parkour. I parkour my way.
As you are leaving his stoop,
Yeah.
You hear him sort of chuckle and mumble to himself, chortling.
I chortle back at him.
Yes, indeed, I am a good man.
Yeah, you are.
Not a
I love
man
that guy. Like the whole way home, if someone was following me, I'd be like, man, that Vincent, I was so wrong about him. I love that. You know what?
Tell him silly lamps.
I'm gonna get him. I bet he likes presents. I'm gonna get him something. I'm just like totally. And then, so I get home, no bodies in the kitchen, I guess.
No.
And then, yeah, crash in bed and wait for the new day.
Well, it's probably like me laid out on one of the broken tables, trying to like mend my broken legs.
I would.
Oh, right. What is wrong?
Like, hey,
you look like you got it. You're good. Do you need water?
No.
You need some
The water.
How is drinking?
You know.
I would have healed Astrid and Agnes when I saw them.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
Okay. So
Like with,
as you guys
like
return
Lockwood
to
bow
as you guys
juice.
return to your new property,
Yeah.
you can see that Otter has been very busy cleaning and storing what he can. The building still needs a massive pile of work, but you have had a very, very full day. Are we calling it an evening?
We are.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
So-
would all like a long
Thanks,
rest.
Otter. By the way, it looks really nice.
Long
in here.
rest.
Oh, we had a great time cleaning. Yeah, went really well.
Teamwork is dreamwork, buddy. Teamwork is dreamwork.
So long rest, in as far as the rules are concerned, you get all of your hit points back. You get your spell slots, all that
Yay.
sort of stuff.
I used a lot of those drinking.
All the spell slots
Your
are
spell slots or your
Shot.
hit points?
Yeah, my
Yes.
con is shot.
All right. So we no longer need this.
Oh.
In my head, I was picturing the town as like Mary Poppins style Victorian housing for some
Certain
reason.
certain sections for sure. And this one is
Yes. It's me, dagger, sword.
Dagger sword.
yes, the dagger sword.
It's
It's
a
fearsome
dagger and
weapon.
a sword.
Mighty indeed. So go ahead and put yourselves all back in your in your facility.
We didn't finish claiming rooms.
Yeah,
did we?
what room did you want?
Well,
don't
I
know.
claimed my room, so you guys can all figure it out.
I want to be close to the library if there's a room near.
Oh,
There's,
yeah,
a,
there
there's
is.
a bedroom
With
by
a
Yeah.
private bath and
bath.
everything.
The bedroom library, if that's possible.
I like how you made our minis
I'll
lay
take
down.
the bedroom on the second
I think you're
floor.
making us all in the down sleeping position.
We sleeping.
The prone position.
It's a yoga position. I can
All
get
knocked
behind.
out.
All right.
This doesn't look like
Which one
any
was like
trouble
It looks
waiting
like we
to
were all-
happen.
It looks like we were all murdered
he's
in the
not
house.
TPK. TPK.
Just makes
The
me wonder
ghost
why
came
the
and
bedroom-
strangled us in our sleep.
All right. So the evening passes. You get to the next morning.
Yay!
Not
We
TPK.
made it.
Yeah.
That means you have to put the minis back up.
Oh. Everyone's awake.
Everyone's awake.
Hey.
Using
All of
bathrooms
us
and
at
stuff.
exactly the same time. We
Yes.
just wake up and stand out of bed.
Yeah, it's like the Sims
The
walk.
spirit. It's like the alarm clock. He just runs around the house. Waking people.
Kai is waiting for you down in the tap room.
How'd she get in? Big door.
Life letter.
We don't have a lock on the door.
Yeah, you
We're
haven't
bad at
contracted
this.
in with the locksmith guild yet. So,
That's her job.
so Life has, or not Life, sorry, Kai has found her way into the tap room. She's waiting for you all when you get up. She slaps down a
everybody-
broadsheet.
Is everybody coming downstairs then?
Hey.
Oh.
So the broadsheet's the local Waterdeep newspaper.
Make it. Oh no, that's a lost doggy.
No!
You know you just ended the campaign with
Do you
that,
want
right?
to take that and just show to the camera real quick?
Let's abandon the manor. Let's find the lost dog.
So
It's
yeah, we actually
Blinky.
have the
Blinky
samples
dog.
of the Waterdeep
That's
broadsheets.
cool.
Yeah, but it
cool.
says that he was lost in the city of the dead, so that might be a.
Oh.
So the city of the dead, Waterdeep doesn't bury their dead. When someone dies here, they are either their bodies either taken out of the city or they are put into the mausoleums that populate that sector.
I mean, if
Are
you
you guys
guys
gonna
want to
read
go
the
find
newspaper?
this
I'm
lost...
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
But anyway, Kai is here, and she says that she had a very busy afternoon, and she fills you in with some of the details of just some of the guilds that she met with and the conversations that she began on your behalf. She says that the Locksmith Guild will be here shortly, around midday, to secure the exterior entrances, both residential and commercial. She says the Windowmakers Guild will also be here to replace all of those, and she rattles down a list of like 4 others that she'll be speaking with over the next few days on your behalf.
I love it.
But windows and locks will be coming in today.
Excellent. How will you get in tomorrow, Kai?
Do you want to look at it again?
Yeah, I kind of just want to read it.
Yeah.
It's morning. I'm
Well,
still waking
I
up.
mean,
I'm
not
coffee
to
and a
obviously
newspaper.
be that person, but I'm totally up for going to the City of the Dead and finding this lost dog. Like,
Yeah.
literally
I mean,
right
look how
now.
cute he looks.
Yeah,
The
like,
lost dog is definitely the priority.
yeah,
right
whatever we
now.
were doing, that's the mission we're on now. So I hope that's not just like an aesthetic and they actually have a mission in there for you. Or Alan's like, oh, this wasn't in here.
Excellent work, Kai. She's still there? Like we're just...
She just wanted to give you the update.
Okay.
The early morning bit.
Is
says
she gonna
that
bring us the newspaper every day we pay her?
She just happened to have this one in hand.
Oh, okay. Because that would be pretty sweet.
Tell her that's part of her deal now. The only way we're paying her is if she delivers us a newspaper
I'm
every
starting to see
morning.
why we charge, or why should we pay her the way we pay her.
Yeah, right.
She can make coffee each morning. That'll also be fantastic.
Right?
I mean,
Not really an assistant.
she is now.
She's more of your marketing director.
Oh, is that
She
what
could
she
probably
thinks
get
it
us
is?
a butler though.
Yeah, she
Who
probably.
could
The
bring
Butlers
us a
Guild.
newspaper?
Wait, where's the Butlers
I'm
Guild?
sure there is one.
I'm
I
sure
don't know if
there
that a butler would qualify under Volo's getting it up and running kind of contract.
Well,
I don't know what he was expecting.
I don't care what Volo thinks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I see that there's a lost dog, and I go to the City of the Dead.
If that's where you want to set out to.
I mean, my thought process is, Kai's kind of got stuff on lock here for the day. Oh, you know what? I would bring up over family breakfast. Do we all have family
Yeah,
breakfast?
every day. We
Okay.
never miss family breakfast.
Okay, so when we're sitting at family breakfast, I'll go, you know, before I got too drunk to remember what was going on, I did overhear some rumors last night in the Yawning Portal while you guys were apparently succeeding in our mission. Thank you,
Yeah.
by the way. Working? Oh, well, I was drinking.
I was cleaning.
Oh, well, good. Me too.
Only one person here wasn't
Cleaning
working.
house. Beer. Anyways, so I found apparently the Black Staff, who's like the big magic person in charge, is going a little cuckoo cachoo, like killing people that she like was totally cool with like 5 minutes prior, and that's like not okay.
Who is she killing though?
Like Force Grey, her super awesome secret, like, well, I don't know about secret, but like her like
own
fight
evil.
force. Yeah, that'd be like the guy from Power Rangers killing the Power Rangers, man. Like, yeah, what's his name?
The guy from Power Rangers
The little Zemo-
killing the
Zordon?
Power Rangers.
Zordon. Yeah, it'd be like
Zordon.
Zordon killing the
Okay.
Power Rangers is just not kosher. So there's that. That's a thing.
It's a little Zack Snyder.
A little bit, you know, yeah. Also, apparently there's some clanking going on at the House of Inspired Hands. Don't know what that means. That's literally all I got.
What do you think happens at a place called the House of Inspired
Happy
Hands?
endings.
Sounds like a different show.
Remember, the After Dark show starts after dark. House of Inspired I was actually going to say something really similar, so I can't really scold you.
It's
So
probably
you-
for prey.
Art happens. Art happens
for
at the
prey.
House of Inspired
Prey.
Hands. Yes,
Yes.
your hands become inspired to do art and other PG-13 related things.
Perhaps we should stop talking about the House of Inspired Hands.
You know what? Maybe we should just visit the House of Inspired Hands.
Where
I
is
would
it? What
be
is it?
all for it.
It's a house. There are hands that are inspired. It is somewhere in the city of Waterdeep, and that is as much information.
Magpie, have you heard of it?
Yeah, Magpie, have you heard of it?
I mean,
You're from
Yeah.
Waterdeep.
Magpie, what are the Yelp
Then
reviews
Magpie, why
for
are
the
you
House-
guessing what happens at the House of Inspired Hands? You grew up here. What happens at the House of Inspired Hands,
I
Magpie?
told you, and you clapped at me. So
In that case, we definitely head to the House of Inspired Hands.
As you are having this,
Put an end
this
to this,
ongoing
please.
discussion,
Family breakfast.
Family breakfast.
Family breakfast.
there is a loud knocking at the door.
I've got it.
We're
Does
closed.
I'm assuming the door just like swings open on its own.
Like falls
Slowly.
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got it. I get up and run over there.
Otter runs over, opens it the rest of the way.
Hello,
there's-
welcome to Trollskull Manor.
There is a dark-skinned human woman standing just outside your door. Bright, shiny plate armor, got a longsword and a mace.
A longsword and a mace?
A longsword and a mace with her. And she introduces herself as Savra.
Savra, come in, please. It's family breakfast. Please join us. You're our first guest.
She says that as much as she would appreciate the offer, she is actually here on formal business.
Oh,
Good. Maybe we're getting a medal.
Come on in and please sit.
She says that she is here as a representative of the Order of the Gauntlet. Word of your arrival in the city has spread fairly quickly. I wanted to stop in and give thanks.
Or
You're welcome.
Your short time here has already been felt by the appropriate parties. The Order of the Gauntlet is one such party. Others, such as the Zentarum and Xanathar gang, are among that list. Maybe, might I recommend you don't find yourself associated with them. That said, the Order of the Gauntlet is always open to new membership, those who would seek to protect the city, to fight off evil in all its forms. Our interests, sure, are very present and weighted here in Waterdeep, but our influence extends beyond these walls as well.
How do I sign up?
no.
That's the excitement that I like to hear.
Too shiny.
Protect the city. We are members of the city now. We have a home. We must protect our home.
She says, if you find that you are interested in joining our number, we would be honored to have each of you, and we can talk about that formal bit later. But for now, it seems that we have common interests. We want to see evil routed, run out of this city. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, for the right price.
A fair living arrangement.
I live here.
Evil exists all around us. It is our responsibility to find it and push it away from those who cannot push it away themselves.
I agree.
I don't like zombies.
She wants to know if you want to be a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she says that she is not associated with the city.
We don't need to be paid to fight evil in our city.
That's not true. I mean, it's not true because we have to eat and live.
I pull a
and
flask
have
out,
desires.
spike my orange juice, and continue.
I mean, there's...
Some among you may be closer to this message than others, but
I pointed. To
should you one day decide to join our order, we can have that discussion. For now, I figured that I would leave you with a bit of information.
Please.
A show of good faith. She says that we have heard that there are Zents that are paying gangs in the field ward to attack suspected Xanathar gang members. Fights are breaking out in the ward daily. Stop the fights before they happen. We need to send a message to those thugs that further altercations simply will not be tolerated.
You said in the field ward?
In the field.
Isn't
Killing Xanathar's a good thing?
well, it's kind of like the lesser of two evils with these guys.
The trouble is, and what Savra goes on to explain, she says that it's all rumors, right? That the Zents are paying other gangs to attack suspected Xanathar guild members. There's no evidence, it's just the Zentarum causing chaos.
So do you care for evidence, or do you just want the attacks to stop?
Send a strong message.
All of a sudden, I'm seeing a little bit more to like about these people.
Yes.
I think we have all the evidence that we need in the Zentarum themselves.
We, you know, Otter, I think we are willing to help your new friend on one condition. You happen to know where the Blackstaff Tower is?
Giant black tower.
You know, everybody keeps telling me that. I'm colorblind, actually. And I'm size blind. I can't see large black towers.
It just is a white void.
It's just a void. It's like someone cut it out of the map or something. If you could give me like a street address or like a zip code or like a taxi number.
General direction.
Yeah.
So yes,
is it in the field
Marcellus...
ward by any happenstance?
She can tell you where the tower is.
Okay.
Should you decide to go there. She does warn you that it is not a tourist destination for any extended visit. Walk by, take in your observance, and make good with the rest of your day.
Okay.
Yes, Savra, we should help you out with this. And then Marcellus and I would like to join the Order of the Gauntlet.
I would like to help.
That's what you just said.
I
That's
said,
what you said.
Otter would love to pledge fealty to your organization.
I'm sure we're all interested. We will talk about that later.
She is wearing this pendant.
Yo!
Now, Marcellus, would you not like a pendant?
I was gonna say, and now Marcellus is wearing a pendant.
She doesn't hand that over. That's what she's
We
wearing
just
on
carry
the
it around.
outside of her armor.
Marcellus, though he would enjoy
Do
some
you
bling.
get a sweet pendant if you join?
Yeah, it's
All
like,
members of the order are required by allegiance to display this.
Oh.
and you get a T-shirt
Very
and a
nice.
sticker and a cozy for your beard
And a patch.
and a patch.
Thermos.
And your
And a
family
thermos?
members get a T-shirt that says.
Oh yeah, like Navy mom, like Order of the Gauntlet mom. I love it. I feel like Wizards again is missing a marketing opportunity with Order of the Gauntlet mom shirts.
My son joined the Order of the Gauntlet, and all I got was this T-shirt.
Yeah.
She says that the Order of the Gauntlet has a reputation around the realms, a reputation that we desire to uphold. Whereas the City Watch is just that, the City Watch. We watch the realms,
Microeconomy, macroeconomy.
essentially.
Jesse and Marcellus actually don't know what those words mean, but it sounded right. So, but yeah, I think that we can, at the very least, assist your friends, and if
Excellent.
keyword being your friends.
So if you decide that you wish to join our order, send the appropriate message.
I mean, he's more than he's sending right now. He really wants to join.
She wants to see more demonstration of ability.
Oh, okay.
She's saying that they are open to new recruits, and if it is something that you'd like to chase down, this is a potential thing that you might try.
So basically, she's saying, hey, if you're interested in joining us, go take care of this problem as your initiation. Right?
This is our entrance exam.
All right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I wasn't sure if he was making it clear.
I mean,
he was
I'm
serious
all-
about
Oh no,
it.
she gets it. He's totally in line with,
Yeah.
with the
I'm
concept.
all up for taking care of this problem regardless. And Otter, if it helps you find some new friends, I will do you a favor because you'll return me thousandfold.
Yeah, and if we get someone on the inside, they can look the other way and do stuff.
I don't think that's quite the
Right?
I think you're talking a little bit
Right?
about the Zentarum.
No, he's right though.
Yeah.
Oh, oof.
Yeah, like
My brother Snake always wanted to be in the Order of the Gauntlet, but he was flat-footed. We're not allowed in.
He was flat-footed.
He'd be very envious.
And you like to make your brothers envious.
Well, who doesn't?
So
Alright.
as we start the day, something to know mechanically about organized play and renown and factions. For every 4 advancement checkpoints you earn, you get 1 point of renown. Your level of your renown level, right? It's like a measurement of your fame and your notoriety, as the case may be, depending on what faction you join. The Order of the Gauntlet is a faction that you can join. The Zentarum, the faction. You can use your renown benefits basically per chapter, right? And because you all are renown rank 1, you have friends around the city. You've got allies. You can call in a favor to. At this point, to basically start your chapter with a potion of healing. You just, hey, I could use a boon this week, or however long the chapter takes you to run. Joining a faction may provide other, generally mid-game incentives. So we have the renown system available for everybody as a meta activity, like buying your equipment or trading magic, that sort of stuff. Joining a faction may give you extra story options as you play. So there are, in this case, there will be additional things that Order of the Gauntlet members can do, but there are also things for Harpers and for the Emerald Enclave and other factions. If you decide that at some point in your character's career, like our points of view just aren't matching up anymore and you need to leave, then that is something you can do. Note that if you leave one of the factions, your renown score is set to 0. So you start all over again. If you never join a faction, then you're fine. Your score continues to rise and do whatever. The reasoning behind that is, like, if you, say, join the Order of the Gauntlet, and you are known across Waterdeep and beyond for, being, say, you've been at it for a while, and you're a high-ranking member, if you just up and leave one day, the people of the Forgotten Realms are going to wonder, like, what is up with that? So that's sort of the in-game justification for the reduction in the score.
Gotcha.
At higher tiers, you can move out of the Potion of Healing to getting equipment on loan. So once you're Renown rank 2, You can borrow a piece of equipment worth 100 gold or less out of the player's handbook. That equipment is returned at the end, and you can borrow it again later, but if it was a suit of armor that you needed to borrow from your friends at the Steam and Steel, sure, they're your allies. That's where you procure it. You craft your narrative behind it. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
And then other ones are inspiration, different potions, and then at the max rank, you can look in the player's handbook, find a vehicle, and you procure that vehicle with its non-combatant crew for the duration of that chapter or event.
Very cool.
Oh, there's a warship? I need a warship.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring it here.
Ship.
So yeah, those are faction options. You are under no obligation to join any of the factions. In this case, in full disclosure, Dragon Heist does not require you to be in any faction.
Mm-hmm.
Your faction may be Trollskull Manor. Craft your narrative, craft your story as you go through.
Otter's all.
Yeah.
And he's gonna assume that the rest of it is all in as well.
Such a good soul.
I like how our party makes decisive decisions
For
by
everyone else.
completely avoiding them and just saying yes without consulting anyone.
Right. So the visit with Savra is pretty neutral. Like she's interested in extending that opportunity to all of you, and she is pretty open in saying that like she'll be giving this information to other groups as well. The Zentarum have been an issue for many years, and will continue to be present no matter what we do. They're like cockroaches. I look forward to any activity that you may wish to share with us in this regard, and believe me when I say that there are no hard feelings should you choose to not take up this opportunity. Waterdeep is a city full of opportunity. Your life is what you make of it. She looks around, she says, I wish you the best with the rebuilding of your manor home, and we'll be in touch if we need to.
Excellent. Where should we contact you after we send this message?
She says that she can be found in the Temple of Tyr in a place called the Halls of Justice.
Oh, good question.
It's for the justice.
Yes. Located west of the market in Castle Ward.
Great.
So Magpie, you being from the city, you would recognize her. Her family is she's from a Waterdavian noble family that raises griffins for the Griffin Camp.
How cool is that?
Not that cool.
It's not that cool.
Maybe it's like griffins smell really bad, and like no one.
It sounds all glorious.
Like
but
it
then
sounds amazing, but
you're
they
just
smell like skunks.
shoveling griffin poop
Yeah,
all
yeah,
day
right.
long.
Have you ever lived in a hog farm? It's horrifying.
You ever see pigeons on a statue? Now imagine a griffin.
Yeah.
Griffin farming ain't what you think it is.
Same size statue, much bigger pigeon.
Yeah.
So yeah, she looks around. She thanks you for your hospitality and looks forward to your future heroic exploits.
Thank you, Savra. Pleasure, honor meeting you.
Uh,
Show her out. I'll walk into the door as gentlemanly as I can, being very polite.
she appreciates it.
I laugh at Otter.
Yeah, none of us, the rest of us don't even
Adorable.
get
I
it.
look at Otter and I say, I'm not judging.
That was
your club.
amazing!
That was terrible.
Why?
Solicitors. Where's our no soliciting sign?
I mean, you hired a solicitor.
Yeah, but
So
it's
far,
different when I do
yeah.
it. It's different if I do it.
I love how full of energy this place is. It's barely, the sun has barely come up and we've had 2 visitors already. We must hurry and keep cleaning
You know
and
what?
fixing this building.
You're right, Otter. Can I find an apartment?
Let's the 6 of
Too
us should
early
get
in the
back to
morning.
cleaning.
Huh?
The 6 of us should get back to cleaning.
6?
Like 5 of us.
Picklewitz.
Picklewitz, yes, that's what I was referring to. Picklewitz.
You can stay and clean.
Dishes.
I would super love to go
Get that dog.
check out. Yeah, I would actually super love to go get that dog. I wasn't gonna bring it up again, but if you're bringing it up again, then that's what we're doing. Get this dog. We want to save the dog.
Okay.
All right.
Can we?
If that's something you are dead set on doing, sure.
Who is going? We have to go to the field ward after, at least by tonight.
Yeah, because like,
Can
how
we-
far away is
Can
it?
we? Yeah, let's do the. Let's find the
you're
dog
up
in the morning.
North Ward. City of the Dead is the eastern border, and you were field ward is all the way to the north.
Oh.
So 2 different directions.
The
I mean,
dog
I'm
or
totally
the
not telling you to split the party,
You don't have to tell us to split
but
the party.
historically, it's worked out pretty well.
All right, if the dog can wait, let's go to the field ward and check
Are you
this
sure?
out.
The
Alright.
dog could be dying right now.
I mean, if we
It's been
It is
there
in the
for
city of the
over a
dead.
week at this point. At least a week?
Dogs are pretty resourceful.
Yeah,
Hmm?
that's fine.
What could possibly go wrong in the city of the
I mean,
dead?
you're Sawdust. Sawdust is totally resourceful.
Yeah.
Yes.
He would not do well in the city of the dead.
No, he
Although
wouldn't.
there is a lot of bones, I assume.
Exactly.
He
Well,
might be
it's-
enjoying himself.
It's, I mean, there are natural parks and such that are present in that area. So there's water, there's vegetation.
Whose dog
But
is
it's all
this?
mausoleums and
It's in the
crypts.
paper. That's it. We just saw
not
that the
that
dog lost a
The
dog.
point is, after we find it, it's our dog.
Yeah, that's actually the real thing. Is we just want a dog.
And then
We
we
don't
have
actually
one.
care about like whose
Really?
dog
We
it
wouldn't
is.
return the dog to its rightful owner?
No,
Obviously, they
didn't
didn't like him enough and they
Yeah.
left him in the city of the
It
dead.
doesn't say whose owner it is?
No.
Just there's a dog in the city of the dead.
Correct. Well, we're supposed to take it
A
to the
dog.
watch.
A
post.
dog.
You're
A
right.
dog.
The more and more I think about it, the more and more this is
So-
definitely the most prevalent mission for us to go on right
Someone
now.
saw a dog in the city of the dead.
And put it
and
ad
that
in the
was
paper.
newsworthy.
No, there's a reward out for
Oh,
it,
is
so
there?
somebody to put it in there, yeah.
So you know we wouldn't keep the dog then.
Otter, I don't like
Maybe-
your logic.
I'm sure there are plenty of other, say, pet shops and things here if you wanted to. get
No,
yourself
there-
Alan, we
yeah.
want that dog.
that
We
particular
want
dog.
that particular dog.
There is actually a beast shop on there, so I guess we
There's
could.
a
You want that
beast
dog
shop?
that someone else, some other family is clearly attached to?
We could
Yes,
get-
because if they were more attached to it, they would have gone and got it.
I have a better
Old mo-
idea.
Ye old
We go
monster
get the
shop.
dog, get the reward, go to the beast shop,
Buy
get-
some more
Oh,
animals.
buy
No.
a better dog.
buy a better dog.
Are you ranking dogs right now?
Well, I was thinking
They're
we
all
could
good
get
dogs.
intellect
They're all
devourer.
good dogs.
So a beast shop, maybe they have a dinosaur.
Maybe that monster got an intellect devourer from the beast shop.
Yeah, because that's where I
And
sell
we could
brain
get-
sucking parasites.
Intellect
You know?
devourer.
Oh.
All right.
Well, I'm
up for
also
whatever.
itching for a fight and really jealous you guys got to shoot things.
Yes.
So
All right, where do you guys want to? Do you guys want to go fight stuff?
let's go deal with the field war. Let's just start swinging weapons at random people indiscriminately in front of the Trollskull Manor. Just initiate combat with random commoners.
Again, I refer you to my friend the Code Leader.
So what
Alright, so
what
we
are we
can-
gonna do in the field war? Just go there and
It says
beat
that
up gangs?
no, it says that they believe the Zents are paying off random other gang members to attack suspected Xanathar gang members. So we're going to do some like espionage,
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
a
research work, and then we're gonna end up stabbing
We
someone.
should just walk around
I thought our
and
goal was
act
to stop the
frail and wait for a gang to attack us, and then
I
we
like
send
that.
a message.
And then we can be like, yeah, we work for the Xanathar, and look at us, we'd be so
Yeah, 'cause
easy
you
to
can-
kill.
You
We
could
could
make
wear
the
masks.
Xanathar guilds. Did you take both those tiefling masks?
Oh
We
yeah,
are
I took
not
all the
wearing
tiefling
masks.
Because they're all recognized
Yeah.
by
We
the
could wear
tattoos.
tiefling masks, and then we look real
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, if you guys wear them, you gotta take care of them because I need them for the future.
I looked at the camera like I was out
I
in the
know.
office. Yeah. I made sure I did that. I was
Did you
like,
roll
oh
your
yeah.
eyes?
No, I didn't roll.
I
my eyes.
do still want to go to the hands thing, mostly because I want to see him roleplay that entire encounter. So, just we gotta do that before the end of the stream, not today, just
All
before
right,
the
so
end of the stream.
Before the end of the stream.
Yeah.
So we have. It appears we have 4 options: dog, field ward, House of Inspired Hands, or the Blackstaff Tower.
Maybe that's where they're making all the paper mache masks.
Is there anything else on the news?
So I'm just gonna roll a d4 and pick what we do. Because that's how competent parties decide. Actually, we're going to the House of Inspired Hands. So, yeah, let's do that.
we can
Let's
go
go-
on the
we're
way.
gonna-
Is
huh?
it on the way?
Yeah, is there
the
anything
field
on the
ward?
way to the House of
Well,
Inspired
field
Hands?
ward's like right by us, where we're at right now.
we can go
We're
to the
here,
field
it's here.
war.
And then
or
hit
on
the house on
Yeah.
the way back?
I assume the House of Inspired Hands is more fun after dark.
I agree with that. Yeah, let's go to the field
Well, and
ward.
it's a spirit. It's like what was the noise that they were hearing?
Like a metallic clanking.
Oh, where was that? Oh, that
At
was
At
at
the
the
House
house.
of Inspired Hands.
I just wanted to hear you guys say it again.
I will say House of Inspired Hands, however many times you need me to say it. It causes me no pain.
Oh, I can't find.
My hands find themselves to be inspired talking about such a noble establishment so close to
a
us.
giant windmill that's like on top of the building?
I hope it's just a giant hand that slaps you when you walk in the door.
That's the clanking noise.
Are you inspired yet?
It's a
Slap!
go-
How about
go
now?
hand.
Slap! So yeah, we wanna, I guess, is that what we're doing? We're doing field warden in the house?
Sure.
Yeah, so field ward party, or business in the day, party after dark.
Yeah.
We got our
And we
Wednesday
are-
plan, let's do it.
And we are the mullets.
And we are the mullets. What's up,
No
guys?
way.
It's summer. I got my hat on backwards and I'm ready to party.
There's no way we're going to the house not drunk.
Yeah.
So we need to drink first and then go to the house.
Find a liquor store on the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's that in the newspaper?
The water DP liquor store. Ye old endless mug.
Do you think it's a bad sign that he's just ignoring us now?
No.
He's like, next time I do
You
a
guys
stream,
were-
invite
He says
better
no.
people.
He said
No,
no.
you guys were building a plan. I was letting you suss through it.
He was like, how do I make them find this dog?
He's desperately trying to write a dog adventure.
So yeah, I think we're hitting up.
I've come up with weirder on less notes.
Yeah, dog adventure. Oof.
Alright, to the field.
To the
war.
field.
To look into the Order of the Gauntlet
Yeah, we're doing
Yes.
that first.
thing? Okay.
Is that our
We're
plan?
assuming that can be knocked out in an afternoon, and if it's not, we're going to pretend like it can be.
Sure.
All right.
Because that's when the worst gang warfare occurs, like
And
midday.
we have a 6 p.m. appointment with the House of Inspired Hands.
That's right.
Yes.
And I'm assuming Waterdeep's like Michigan, which means at 6 o'clock it is very much dark at this time of year.
Nice and toasted at the house, have a good time, then go find that dog.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, we have our well into the night
I
plan.
believe public drunkenness is also in the
It is not. It is not.
My character's background is
Code
actually
Legal.
editor, and I edited the code legal and edited that part out. So, but yeah, to the field ward.
Yes.
Huzzah!
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 Okay.
One day I'll get us all to do it. You know? I'll just do it by myself.
Alright.
Are we just gonna make ourselves like
I think,
active targets?
I
kinda
think we
walk
should just
around?
sort of like. I think we should walk around when we get there. I definitely think we should split into 5 different groups, and I think we should like.
Single group.
Yes, yes.
Single group.
Preferably, and then we should just like chat with people and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
if you do anything about the extreme gangs that rule the city and espionage warfare? Could you tell us some more about that, maybe?" And see if people respond positively to it.
I think we walk around and say, "I'm feeling really
I am
scared
so
now. I hope
tired,
no
and my
gangs are
purse is so
around."
heavy. My coin bag is just weighing me
My
down.
coin bag.
I must sit for just a small while. Oh darn!
Oh, look,
I put
coins
it
fell out of
here.
my pocket.
If this is how you behave, you actually notice that people are giving you space.
I mean, I'll take either or, to be honest.
Yeah, so making your way up to the field ward, it is a pretty densely packed area. Most of the homes are far more rundown than what you saw in the North Ward. The businesses are much more, low income, in dire need of repair. But it doesn't take real long for you to come across what looks like the beginnings of some form of altercation. One group facing off against another. There's pushing and shoving.
I walk right in the middle of that.
Just start pushing and shoving.
I'm like, break it up, break it up. What are you, children? Where are we?
Can we tell? Is there?
Hey, what are you, children? By the way, where are we?
No, that wasn't.
Where am I?
The Xanathars have
we
aren't they yellow? They have yellow scarves or something, isn't it?
Yellow
the yellow
scarves?
markings. What was the marking?
That's my
The
game. The
Xanathar
yellow
has
scarf
the-
game.
they had-
It's the black winged snake.
Isn't that
Oh, that's
the
right.
symbol?
Yes.
Yeah.
This
That's
is
a
for the
Zentarum.
Zentarum.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And the
I think it
Xanathars
was-
had the
wasn't there
eye.
yellow marks
They
in
had
the
the
sewer
eye.
or something?
That's the
in the
yellow
sewer.
Xanathar.
Right.
The circle that looks like a sun written in yellow chalk.
But they
that's
usually
the
just had
Xanathar.
eyes as their
But
tattoos.
can we tell which of the groups are the Xanathars?
Yeah.
You do see, you can see that one group does have some crude, like eye-shaped tattoos and
Gotcha.
symbolism on
So
them.
we want to question
cool.
the other one.
Oh,
So
so
you
yeah.
gotta question everybody.
I turn my back on that one and I go, "What are you, a child?"
So you're gonna have to back this up with some kind of skill check. Like,
Okay.
from my own perspective, like intimidation would be my first choice, but
Yes.
this is your narrative.
Can we get a layout of the scene before she? Like, how many are we talking?
3 on each side.
Oh, yeah. Jump right in.
So you got
Are they
Basic
guys,
thugs.
girls,
mix.
mix?
Yeah.
All right.
There's
so-
about 4 teeth between them, so
Yeah, I'm gonna
about 4 teeth. It's not a concrete number.
have to. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make an intimidation.
All we have to do is
check.
challenge them to like an apple eating contest, and we win.
Well, do you?
That's a 14.
You ever
Yeah.
see someone with no teeth eat an apple? It's terrifying.
Oh,
Trisha knows.
Oh god.
what have you been through?
We were
So
theater
much.
majors.
Oh, okay, yes, that all makes. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I got a 21 to back her up.
Okay, so what was yours?
14.
So 14 and a 21.
I just
All right,
imagine
we're
Astrid
off to a
back.
good start. You're sort of getting some separation. They are not completely broken apart.
It's like 10 in the morning. What are you guys even fighting about?
Yeah.
That's my me and character.
Okay.
Are they just pushing like they're
Preparing to, preparing to
Okay, all right.
insert the pointy bits.
We want to do a thing.
We're interjecting.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Do you want this? So she's gonna look at the Zens.
Mm.
I'm gonna look at the Xanathars,
Mm.
and at the same time, we're gonna go sleep. We're both gonna cast sleep at the opposite teams. So she's looking at one, I'm looking at the other. All right, let's do it. This is what we're
Sure,
doing.
So let's say there were 4 on each side.
Okay. Oh, that's 11. I got 17.
Okay.
Oh wait, snap, crackle, pop. I did that so wrong. I'm so sorry. A D6 is not a
Snap,
D8.
It is
crackle,
not a-
pop.
Snap,
26.
crackle, pop.
26 is good.
Let me try that one more time. 8 is 12, 15. How about 29? That's a little
Okay.
bit better, yeah.
So 2 of them on each side just crumble. They just fall. It's nap time for them. That is enough for the remaining 2 on each side to look and. All right, fine. You know what? We're out. The group that is not the not the Xanathar.
The Zens.
we don't know if they're Zents or not.
Remember
They're paying.
the Order of the Gauntlet told you that the Zents were paying other
Yeah.
gangs.
The Zent
local
funded
street
group.
gangs. Right.
Yes.
The
there-
Zent
there
funded
we go.
group.
The Zent
Yes.
funded group looks at the Xanathar and says, "You'll get what's coming to you. We'll be back."
Yeah, you will. Squib off. Yonder direction.
Wait, don't we
Squib
need-
off. That's a word.
Should we let them get away?
No.
We're supposed to send a
Kind
message.
of wanted to have a fight.
Oh, we're supposed to say.
Yeah.
I don't know message. I didn't learn
Get
that
those
spell
out.
yet. I mean, we could just fight them all. I'm totally up for that as well.
Wait, I want to see if there's a
Well,
good way to
they
say
are
it.
now at this point. They're vacating. Like they're
Wait,
picking up their
stop,
sleepy
hold
allies.
up.
We have
Hold
2 of them.
pause.
We need to find out who paid them.
Yeah,
and
I
how
mean,
they got in touch with them.
and then
Oh.
we could just like kill these ones.
No, we're not gonna
Wow.
kill anyone.
How do you send a message without killing someone?
There's some idea.
He says that, and I'm like, yes, I have daggers, and I go, I know how to get information out of somebody without
Yes.
killing them.
Look,
Yes.
we're not, and that's where the others interject. They're like, look, we're not looking for trouble with you. They're in our territory. They gotta go.
Wait.
Whose
the
territory?
Xanathars are saying this?
Yeah, they're saying that about the.
Your
We
territory.
agree. We're not looking for trouble with you as well. We want to find out who paid them. Someone's paying them to attack you.
The Xanathar agents, they're saying it's the Zents. It's always the Zents. The Zentarim think they own the city.
Right.
Do they own the city?
No.
Who owns the city?
Well, Xanathar does. But
Just checking.
Well,
you're
you
one of the
guys-
guys.
Send a
What
message.
You
one of
guys are attracting a ton of attention from the wrong people. Maybe stop fighting.
We're like trying to like
Speaking of
educate
attracting
in
attention, there are now
school.
people standing around, looking at the proceedings.
Okay, so is one of us gonna get on a soapbox now? I can do it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I
I
think
have
call out these secondary gangs that are being paid by the Zents.
The only gang in this city is the Trollskull Manor gang. Anyone who thinks different can come find us at Trollskull Manor. I'm saying
Is
this.
that what you're actually jumping up to say?
I am not jumping up to say that. I'm saying that at about that level to nobody in particular, kind of like looking at the ground and then like
Okay.
looking around and seeing if anybody sees anything that I'm saying.
Okay.
Does anybody pay attention to me?
I'm gonna
No, they're
tie
all
up.
watching you.
No, they're all watching me now.
They're grabbing their sleeping allies and they're trying to.
Oh no, those are
Leave it.
ours.
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
No.
When you say surrounding us, groups of people, are you talking about like some like seagulls or like paying attention? Citizens?
Citizens, residents.
Does it feel like we achieved our objective?
No, we did not achieve the
You
objective.
have stopped violence before it started.
Cool.
I want to wake
That's
one of them
Onward
up.
to the next task.
I want to pick one of them up by the collar and shake him and start slapping him.
That'll
till
wake
he
him
wakes
right up.
Who paid you? Who paid you?
You picking up one of the Xanathar agents?
No, the other one.
Oh, okay.
Both of them at the same time, whichever. Somebody tell me something!
He's not really able to formulate a coherent thought, mostly because he was sleeping and now he's being slapped around by a Goliath.
I'll stop slapping him. I'll just keep shaking him.
Have you ever heard of shaken human syndrome?
It feels like we're interrogating these people, but we don't actually know what kind of information we want from them.
We
need
know.
to
We
know
want to
who
know who
paid
paid
them.
them. We want to know who's
Honor.
hiring them
Make me an insight check.
to
You have
attack
advantage on
the
this.
Insight
Xanathar.
with advantage. I like it.
Ooh.
I'm looking at my character sheets. A nat 20.
Hey.
Thank you, ugly yellow dice.
Yes.
We're at 24 total.
Okay. The Order of the Gauntlet had just asked you to make a strong statement and to basically to stop the violence before it starts.
Oh, well,
before
then
it
the
can
statement
spread.
I made totally works. The statement is.
And that is a strong statement. They did not ask you to do anything further.
Okay.
Never
Like
mind.
one instance? Would they just want us to stop one instance of violence? That
But
seems.
they probably want to make sure it doesn't happen again. So
They're trying. They're saying, "Hey, we've had this gang war for like who knows how long, but you totally are brand new. Come fix this for us."
Listen,
Yeah.
right
And I'm
now-
like, I don't know how to do
You've
gang
been in the city
negotiations.
long enough. You know that the Order of the Gauntlet would not task someone to do something outside of their level of ability.
Right.
It is law, it is order, it is checks and balances for them.
So it is.
So they
what
wouldn't
we're doing
send
is,
you
like-
to stop a gang war, but they may send you to stop an incident.
Yeah, just tell them not do it again.
Yeah. Don't do it again. There you go. Strong statement.
You solved crime. You solved world crime.
I see us like walking around this place like guardian angels, kind of just like stopping any gang violence for like a day and a half, and then
So
leaving.
we're literally like Star Trek Voyager. We think that we're doing good things, and we're just decimating planets
Right.
as we go.
Completely ruining
Oh
their culture
gosh,
history.
we are terrible. We need to file save quit.
All right, I'll still in my grasp. I like doing this. Say, go and tell your bosses to not
Trollskull.
accept payment from the Zents ever again.
And the Trollskull gang. Yeah.
The Trollskull gang will come and get you, just
Yeah.
like today.
When did we start a gang?
Now we're a gang. 10 minutes ago
I think
when I
it just
got on the
happened.
soapbox.
It just
Yeah.
happened.
Didn't you hear me
Pass
yelling?
this down to Agnes.
Uh-oh.
So Otter, while this is all going on, right, and you're sending your strong message, and we have Marcellus. So 2 pages from the end, there's
Two
a
pages from the
folded
end.
there's a folded quarter.
Oh, that.
So
Yes.
folded
you
quarter.
are shaking this person and sending this message, and Marcellus is talking about this this Trollskull Manor gang.
Yeah, I love them.
Explicitly where they're located
Yup.
in the North Ward at the
In the
corner
North
of.
Ward.
We'll be open in 2 weeks. Only Waterdeep local beer, only locally raised food, and we only employ Waterdeep locals.
While this is going on, Agnes,
And we're gay.
Yes.
Where
you
did
hear
everyone go?
a soft fluttering. Almost
Okay.
sounds like hummingbird wings, and a little paper bird lights down on your shoulder.
I got a tweet.
What does the tweet say?
Can I rip this page up? Do you mind?
You have to rip it out to read it.
She has to
Let's-
dramatically
let's
hold
just
it.
destroy
Let's decimate
Read.
all of Alan's notebooks whenever
It's
he
not
has
a
this
real
note.
composition notebook unless there's pages missing.
Can I rip out all
I
12
wanna
pages
keep
before it?
It's a message from. Keep it.
Can I take these pages about the prep work for next session?
Yeah.
There's a thought that says Ragnar tells us you are a good boy. I was like, oh, it's from the dog.
We do have to go save him. He knew we were coming.
Ooh, this just came to me personally.
The paper bird sat down on your shoulder.
You don't have to share it,
Oh,
but sharing is caring.
I mean, it would be more fun to share.
It would
so,
be more fun to share.
Uh-oh. Like we're walking away at this point, right?
Are
Like,
we?
We made a weird.
Yeah, I guess
thing.
I'd shove them down. We start walking
Yeah.
away.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So
From rough thugs to paper bird messages.
I want to
like
make
the-
sure that
I like the dichotomy.
I want to make sure that I like walk away, and as I do, I like we need like a gang symbol, like I don't know, like.
we don't need a gang.
But yeah, like can this be our gang symbol, Trollskull?
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yes.
is what we're doing.
Mhm.
We're a
It's
gang.
kind of dinosaur-esque.
Welcome
Yeah.
to D&D. We are a gang. We are a gang of murder
Hey,
hobos.
we're the D20 gang, yo.
D20 gang, yo.
All right. This is my message says Rainer tells us you are a good boy. I think it's good bet.
Good bet.
Good bet.
I like good boy better.
He bought you tickets to the opera tonight at the Lightsinger Theater in Seaward. If you are interested, meet Mert at Intermission. Private box C. Formal attire is required for admittance.
We can't go.
No.
Oh no! I think it's.
I got a disguise. I got a couple disguises we can choose.
It seems like
I imagine you're like, I have my clown outfit.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if he got tickets for everyone,
Who did?
or if it's tickets for
Rainier?
me.
Oh, Never Ember? He's asking you on a date.
Yeah.
Oh, you got asked on a date. You got asked on a date. He's
Folded
got it.
up inside that paper bird are tickets for each member of the party
Oh,
Yeah.
to a show called The Fall of Tiamat.
Ooh.
And
missed that.
in
Oh,
sprawling
nice.
text underneath it, it says that it's an opera in giant.
I don't speak
Oh,
giant.
this is gonna be awesome.
I'm.
We need to get clothes. Where's the clothes shop?
There are plenty. You
You
so
just
you're
start
all the way
yelling
up
clothes.
in Field Ward.
Put it on Willow's
if you're
tab.
going down to, if you're going out to Sea Ward, which is over to the west, you're gonna have plenty of shops. If you cut through North Ward, you've got some
Alright.
options in Sea Ward. You could go south to Castle Ward and spend all the money that you'll ever have on formal attire that you'll never wear again.
Are we
Excellent.
abandoning
Yes.
the dog to go to the opera?
Well, no.
You
we
guys
can go
can
to
go
the
to
opera,
opera.
and then we can go get the dog.
So uncomfortable.
I speak
there.
giant.
You
I
would
would
look
like-
amazing.
So that would be right up your alley then. You'd be able to.
I love the
theoretically
like
understand the whole
positive
thing.
energies this potty
It's
possesses.
kind of nice to be like,
Trollskull gang. Sorry, I'm gonna start throwing that up, and people are gonna be like, we hate her.
make up
So,
some
are
good
we?
signs.
Are we doing something else between now and? Can we do something else? Which I assume this took like 20 minutes.
Well, a
It
little bit
felt
more
like
than
it
that.
took about 20 minutes.
Well, still,
we did amazing.
there was time to get up into Field Ward and wander around and kind of get the lay of the land before you found that incident. So you've got mid-afternoon.
What does everyone want to do?
Yeah, but I'm okay not with this weird all-in date.
You can't turn him down. He asked you on a date.
At least
It just
I'm
happens
okay.
to be a triple date.
Here, pass that back for Alan in case he wants to write us more cool notes.
Yeah, Alan, we're expecting more cool notes.
Yeah, we like the notes.
Yeah.
Next time, actually fold it into an origami bird.
And send it
Can
down
we
here.
request that?
Yeah,
Sure.
or it's not immersive.
You could request
Yeah.
anything.
Oh, I don't like that answer.
answer.
I say we go to the House of Inspired Hands to kick our afternoon out, right? Since we're going to a party, and let's do
Yeah,
this thingamajig.
Get relaxed, go buy clothes.
Maybe they sell formal attire there.
Can I
You have
ask
absolutely
our
no
gnome? Can I ask our gnome friend Magpie, who's lived here for so long?
Totally.
Will you actually please tell us what the House of Inspired Hands is? So we can- because we've been talking about this for like a
Blank
very
stare
long
from
amount of
the DM.
in-game
Is it-
time.
Is that fun, or is it more fun to go without knowing what it is and just show up to see what it is?
I take it back. I like that more. We stop at the liquor store and pre-party and go to the House of Inspired Hands.
You know you own a tavern, right?
A tavern that is
Alex,
like
no
derelict
ale in it.
and has nothing in it.
Day one of a renovation.
I'm
I don't
I'm
think
also
it's up and
assuming
running.
anything left over was consumed by our gnome in the basement where all the things were kept. So,
Maybe.
yeah. But I'm not. I mean, not by you.
All right,
By
so
Picklewitz.
we get
Sure.
lunch.
Yeah, we'll get some late lunch.
We'll get late lunch.
Yeah.
How much? Wait, what time is? I don't know if we have time for all
No,
of
it's
this.
2 p.m.
After lunch.
No, right now it's 2 p.m.
Opera probably doesn't start till like what, 8?
Opera starts at like 8:30.
What time does the opera start? So, how long is the ticket line?
Basically 8 o'clock.
Like how
We
long?
have tickets. We don't have to wait in the line. We're a real call.
Let's go.
Yeah.
House of
You
Inspired
have the
Hands.
tickets. You walk right in.
This
House
is
of Inspired
important.
Hands, then the opera.
Yeah.
We have to buy clothes.
Yeah, in between.
And we
we'll
have to buy
clothes.
clothes.
If we happen upon like a mire on the way, I'd have to stop. Pick
For
up,
formal
like,
attire.
yeah, pick up like one of their 50% off polos. You know, I mean, I'm always in fancy attire because
This is
I
true.
am.
You're good.
Yeah. If I was really
I am not.
Marcellus,
And
I
I'm
would be
guessing
wearing-
I
Astrid
guess
is not
my
wearing
concern
formal
is
attire
if
as
the
well.
House of Inspired Hand
Not even
is
close.
as amazing as I think it's going to be, I'll be bummed that we have to rush out real fast.
We can always go back.
Yeah, that's true.
we could get a membership.
Let's see if they have a membership.
We can join them instead of the Order of the Gauntlet, and we can inspire people's hands.
You watch your tongue.
Oh.
Do they have a punch card system?
A punch card. Yeah. Come in 10 times, get the 11th.
It's a big palm. It's a big palm. You get 4, you get the last one free.
Yeah. You do 4. Yeah, buy 4, get the 5th free. Inspire 4 hands,
the
get the
pinky.
5th
The
free.
pinky's always free.
So I think that it is a very important aspect of roleplay for us to thoroughly describe our fancy outfits and what our characters are wearing
Yes.
as we head to the Inspired Hands. At least that's just me, and even if nobody else wants to, I will spend like a solid 5 minutes doing this.
So we're gonna put our fancy outfits on before we go.
Yeah.
To the house because we want to look good.
We don't know anything about the
Don't
House
you
of
just like
Inspired
looking good
Hands.
sometimes?
No.
Perhaps
What?
formal attire is required.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
She got a tweet.
He really listened to that. We like
This
notes.
is not not a tweet, but this is what you know
Oh, okay.
of the House of Inspired Hands.
It's pretty
There's a
close to
reason.
actually what I thought it would.
Right. There's a reason you don't talk about it.
Yeah.
I love reasons for not talking about things. Let's do it.
I'm not going.
So,
you guys.
what? You're not coming? You don't get a choice.
You gotta really commit
You
to
don't.
this joke.
You
Why
don't
aren't
get
you
that
going?
choice, Magpie.
I don't think I'm
So
welcome
I
back
think-
there, guys.
You don't think you're welcome back there, Magpie?
I think at this point,
Is formal attire required?
I think
Yeah.
at this point we are at a decent break point.
What?
Oh.
You
An
have
Inspired
the
Hands
opera coming up tonight.
cliffhanger.
You have
Oh.
Magpie wrestling with if she's going to tell you what the House of Inspired Hands is actually set for. Right?
Yeah.
You have the lost dog down in the city.
Who wrote us notes?
The most pressing
His
concern.
name is Linky Dog, you guys.
Lanky
Linky
dog.
Dog.
Lanky
Not
dog?
Slinky Dog, it's very different.
Linky Dog.
Lanky Dog.
Oh, Linky Boy.
Oh, Lanky Boy.
Answers to Linky Boy.
Answer. Oh.
Aw.
We
You
should
have-
crash the opera and make everyone help us find the dog.
You have met a ranking member of the Order of the Gauntlet.
We did
You
that.
stopped an attack at the private investigator.
Send a message.
You've taken-
Wrong one. Wrong
Sounds like we're taking ownership of the manor,
one.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I think our
that's
only
pretty-
holdout was Astrid.
Yep.
Astrid, are you in?
There's a ghost that likes hugging.
That's true.
Oh.
Okay. You've hired someone to speak to the guilds of Waterdeep on your behalf and begin the repair process, right? You know that your locks and windows are being upgraded and installed today. You also haven't
should go
been
get
back to the
keys.
manor for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a lot of things that are going on. And from here, what's that?
We're in it deep.
Yeah, I know.
All of a sudden, we got in deep.
All of a sudden, it's like we have 15 open leads. Yeah, what are we
Right.
doing next?
And there are a lot of things. I mean, it's a huge city,
Mm-hmm.
so there are a lot of things that are already in process for you. The more side tracking we do, like there's more stuff, and we can build this out pretty much infinitely if we.
Mm-hmm.
Plot and narrative will hit when we need it to, but we have a lot going on, and I think from here we can call it good, and we can reconvene next week. Magpie can wrestle with her decision if she's going to tell you or not.
Don't worry, Lanky Boy. We'll be there in a minute. But first,
on,
first the
everybody.
opera.
First, we gotta get drunk.
So, as we get into wrap up for today's session, you're all going to walk out with 3 and 3. So
Yeah.
3 advancement, 3 treasure.
And we level up then?
That means
Leveling
level.
is going to generally take place during a long rest.
Okay.
So we're
Not
not
yet.
really going to have the opportunity to do so quite yet.
Should we do that in preparation, like so we don't do it
Just to
mid-session?
facilitate it, make it a little bit easier, I would say go ahead and do a leveled up version of your character sheet for next week. And that way, when you take your long rest, which should happen probably fairly early, you're just ready to kind of flip over and go.
Perfect.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool. Do we have any questions, thoughts about like where we're at in regards to reward distribution and just, like narrative points and things so far?
I don't think so.
I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Cool.
Maybe someone can help me fill out my adventure log sheet
I can do
after
that.
we're done.
And
got
that is a
you.
great point to bring up because we have gotten a number of requests from individuals that actually want to see an example of what an official Adventures League log sheet would look like as we go through and we do hardcover play. I am happy to walk through that process. I know you guys have been writing down your rewards and stuff, but getting it transcribed onto a sheet, I'd actually like to get that sheet scanned or at least made digitally available for people who are watching the show or following along, once it's up on YouTube or whatever. Something that they can look at and be like, oh, that's what this means. Someone want to volunteer to be the guinea pig and
I think
upload
Lindsay
your
did
stuff?
it already.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing on it right now because I don't know what to do with it. But
Yeah.
when it's finished, I'm happy to put it up on the internet for people.
So let's talk over email this week, and
Awesome.
we'll do a digital one between us,
Okay.
and we'll get that posted probably around midweek or so,
Yep.
Yeah, sounds good.
Wednesday, Thursday, get it up for everybody.
Perfect.
That way we can lift the veil of anonymity and kind of have people check it out. Another request, and I do want to run this by you guys. Another request was to make your character sheets available just so they can look at it. We
Sure.
did build out in D&D Beyond all your level 1 versions. Any objections to me posting that stuff?
No.
Okay, it does have some character backstory. I just want to make sure before we push out. So.
Yep.
I mean,
Nah?
I guess I can let that happen.
You'll, all right. Cool. So how do we feel?
Excellent.
I feel like I just hit 3rd level, so everything's fabulous. So.
Feeling pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that was one of my favorite sessions so far.
Sweet.
I agree.
So we will meet again next week, 9 a.m. Pacific. We'll run another 4-hour chunk, see just what happens, what blows up, and what you guys manage to salvage.
What do you mean? What blows up?
Oh no!
So what? Salvage? Yeah. Oy vey.